Hey, hey everybody. Oh man, Andy, I think I must have messed you up.
How
Can you say
so?
no, you're good, you're good, you're good. I heard you. I saw lips moving. I saw a Japanese movie happening. I- yeah,
Godzilla.
yeah,
He's
just like
coming.
that.
Squirrel.
Yeah,
Walk.
yeah, yeah. That's exactly what happened. I saw that and I was like, nah, man, don't do that. Um, Andy, how the heck you doing today, man?
I'm doing okay.
Doing all right?
Got a little bit of bad news this morning, but otherwise I'm okay.
Okay. Well,
Well,
if
it's been a trying week.
okay, are you able to discuss those trying weeks, or you know, are
Yeah,
you
yeah.
okay? Well,
Well,
let's say our hellos to everybody real quick, and then we'll jump right into that. So obviously, I loved when you said in the pre-show, if anybody's here, please type in napkins, and the one and only myself type in we want napkins.
nobody
Uh,
pays attention.
Nobody pays attention.
That's why
Uh,
I typed that. I want to see who's paying attention.
I see that, man, and notice your partner in crime is paying attention.
Thanks, Howard.
Is that a Jurassic Park shirt you wearing? I
No,
see a dinosaur.
It's
Oh,
Godzilla.
okay. Well, it looked like a don. I got you. Cool, man. I like. Is that the new one?
No. Well, yeah, it's 2000. This is the 2014 Godzilla.
Oh man, that's a cool shirt, man. I want to get that.
Came in a
Um,
loot crate. So good luck.
oh, there you go. Already showing some. Well, here I'll throw our stuff out there. Yes, we talk to each other, me and Andy, because we're good friends. And we got, of course, Helen Callie, favorite girl. It's good to see you. And she says, "Hey, fire." And then, of course, I hope things get better, Andy. Yes. And again, first ever Patreon for Helen Callie. Patreon shout outs right off the top of the show. Helen Callie. And then, of course, Through the Veil Paranormal, Nicole, Paranormal Underworld with Mr. Jax, Team Ranger, uh, Michael Simcoe, and then of course Eli underscore family 1983, aka Elijah. Eli. Thank you so much, guys, for the patrons. Hope you guys are enjoying the content there. Been posting up videos, also some pictures and posters. I just did two new posters that the only place that you can see it right now is IMDb, but other than that, you can't see it anywhere else. It's not even on my website. It's not anywhere. It's exclusive only for patrons as of right now. The posters could change a little bit, but you guys got an exclusive there. So guys, it's important to do that for me. And Andy, I'm gonna ask you if you can do this live for me. Whatever, if you want to do the copy and paste, it'll help me. If you could, go and grab my firelineent.com, and then the my Patreon Firelineent, and if you can post that here once in a while when I talk about it, that would be awesome. So Andy's gonna throw that in there in the stream for you guys, whoever's
I
watching,
feel
and
bad
then
because I've never been there.
that's so. Hey, we get busy, man, and hopefully, you start going, Andy. This might purge you to go, but yeah. So good times. And with that, while Andy's doing that, I will say that, and then we'll hear Andy's week a little bit. But it was crazy because um, we just talked about how money is a little rough right now, and how I understand why the government, or if you want to, I'll just say this: how Trump was like, "Look, man, we're not going to do the $1,500 every 2 weeks type of thing, where literally guys that are just sitting at home, not doing anything, not even caring about working, and they're literally making more, and I mean more, like pretty much almost $4,000 a month, just by sitting at home. And they're not even going for work now. This is not guys that are laid off. These are guys who are just lazy and just don't want to work, and they want to just live off the government, or off the government. So with that being said, I know he dropped it, and of course, it went back to this past month, like 167 a week, whatever, and then finally this past month, or this month coming right here, they put in the where they said, we're gonna give you a little bit, but it won't be as much as it was. Which I was like, you know what? That's better than nothing. You know what I mean? And so it was originally it was $300 per extra week, and then an extra 100 if the governors of each state want to give you that, they give. Our governor said no, so it is what it is. So we take the 300. So it was a decent check that I got with everything going on, and the same thing with the upcoming weeks, but they're only giving it for the 2 more weeks, and then it may be a possibility we could run it a little bit more. I will say this, guys, I'm not trying to beat the system, but I will say that it's very hard to get all these. It's not as easy as everybody says it is to go get a loan or go get these things. Like, put it this way, guys, that you guys heard about the Apple Valley, or in some cities where you can get 3 months free rent, right? Okay, so Apple Valley's doing that for here in our city. Well, it was only supposed to be for a window of time. And when I finally got a hold of them, by the way, it took me about a month and a half to get a hold of them, which is already past the time that it was sent out. They finally said, oh, hey, guess what? That's just a kind of a fake timeline. You can kind of put it in whenever you want. And, it depends on how fast we get it to you. So apparently I put it in the moment they did it, but they took me off because they said that I didn't receive the email or I didn't send anything back to them. So I had to get re-put back on. So hopefully by the end of the month, I can most likely get the 3 months free rent. But that's like out of everything I applied for my business, for a small business, for work, for here, nothing. I got nothing other than the EDD, and but they only gave that because of they finally gave something for the sole proprietors, because I'm not, even though I'm part of a franchise, I'm still a sole proprietor. It's not like I'm with that franchise. It's really weird how a sole proprietor works.
That's kind of weird. That's normal.
Well, it's like McDonald's. If you work for McDonald's, you're still part of that corporation, whether you have your own store or not. You still go to that. You have to probably when you go through stuff like this, you probably have to go under McDonald's and not just your own thing. For
they
me,
have corporate policy, but
right?
ATA doesn't have that.
Yeah. I know the ATA Victory does, but not the ATA as a whole doesn't have that. So yeah, but we were talking about. I was like, and I was making a lot of this, and Andy had brought up. Andy, man, I take something light. He takes it into something, make it a little heavier. I'm like, man, you brought that down. But I go, hey, how much money has, the government threw at everything in the past 8 months? And if you do that calculations, it's almost like 30 trillion. And I said, it's hard for me to say this, like a tongue twisting, really hard word to say. $30 trillion already just given out to everybody. So I told her, I said, Andy, why can't we just throw out, another 30 trillion more? Why not? We just printed the damn thing. And then, of course, just let's ride this out until the beginning of the year. And then, at least people could take care of their stuff, but not doing it to the point where, like I said, giving $4,000 a month to people. I'm not saying do that, but I'm saying give it just sporadically to individuals or businesses or certain things to make it better. And Andy then said this. Go ahead, Andy, take it away.
Well, there's a problem with just giving away money, and this is why you can't do that so sporadically and everything like that. In the 1920s, after World War I, after Germany was defeated in World War I, they tried to fix their economy by giving away money and printing money and things like that. And they suffered hyperinflation to such a radical degree that the printed money, the printed dollar, became pretty much worthless. In order to pay for normal groceries and stuff like that, people had to take wheelbarrows of Deutschmarks. I don't think they were called Deutschmarks back then. Well, maybe they were. But they had to take wheelbarrows of the stuff to the store in order to pay for their groceries and stuff like that. And even then, they wouldn't walk away with very much. It became so worthless that they would give blocks of money to their children to play with, like building blocks. And they would take money and make kites out of it and things like that. That's why you can't give away money just willy-nilly to these people. It has to come from somewhere, and it has to be in circulation. It has to come from taxes, and it has to represent some kind of value. You can't just print money and have it be worth something. In fact, there's pictures, like, I don't know how well you guys will be able to see it, but if you look here, this is a picture of 1922 of a kid. That right there, whoops, is money from Germany being used to make a paper kite. And then you got even more to make the tail. And then, let's see, there's another one here. I'm trying to bring it up. It doesn't seem to want to work. Like this one. You see kids right here using blocks of money they're just playing with it, just making, houses and stuff like it's Legos. It's totally worthless. They were using it as kindling for their fires and to cook and everything like that.
Man, I wish I could have a Lego of money, like Lego. We can make, money Lego. They should make money Legos. That'd be fun. But
it wouldn't be worth nothing.
Right. Hey, Andy, just for audio,
it wouldn't be worth nothing.
Just for audio,
with it.
Right. Just for audio purposes, when I was off screen, were you able to still hear me for a second? I was just curious.
No, I didn't hear you.
Okay, no worries. Because I was asking if you could show that what you just did, the kite photo, which was that was crazy to me, guys. And my man Elijah saying hi to you, Andy.
Hey, Elijah.
And he said, "Yeah, I know you didn't fall asleep, my guy. Appreciate you, buddy." Yes. So, guys, obviously, you see the down at the bottom says ranking and talking about our favorite movies and trilogies and franchise and TV shows. We're gonna have a good time with that today, because there really wasn't anything gigantically I really wanted to talk about today. I think there was the WandaVision trailer came out. I don't know if you saw that, Andy. That was an interesting thing.
Well, WandaVision wasn't something that I was too particularly interested in. Even when they first announced, I was just kind of like, whatever.
Yeah. I think what they're doing is it's kind of like they're doing it like an old 50s show, like back and forth, like the black and white, and the way they did the trailer. So, I mean, I might do it next week, and I know I'm supposed to start my new trailer reaction show again and get back going with that. It's just everything going on and working on everything and trying to get everything ready to go. So with that, before we get into the whole trilogies and franchise and TV shows and stuff like that, I figure we can get ourselves out the way a little bit, and then when Tony comes on, if he comes on, he can give his a little bit, and we can interact and have fun with that. So your week, you said it was interesting, or it was a little rough, but it's a little better. You can, let us know what's going on. What's going on, Mr. Andy?
Well, the other day, my wife tripped over our dog and fell down and
oh man, okay.
Broke her hand.
Broke her hand?
Yeah. She tried to use her hand to brace her fall, and unfortunately, she broke her metacarpal and has a little hairline fraction.
Andy, I never taught you how to fall and do all those things. You didn't pass it on to your wife? Yes. Oh man, that's tough. Just kidding. Okay.
And then today I found out that my dad's dementia is getting a little worse. So.
Oh man, yeah, I can understand that a little bit, because I feel like my dad today. I just talked to my dad today for his, like, we were maybe gonna go out today for his birthday. That was Monday. Do the whole let's go to Glendale, have Boss Big Boy, and do all those different things and hang out, and I was like, yo, let's just do a Sunday. And I said something about church, seeing him on church on Sunday, but then he was like, okay, I'll see you on Saturday. I was like, Saturday? And then I was like, church is on Sunday. He's like, oh yeah, it's that Sunday. And then I was like, I said something about another day, about Friday Night Fires, and he's like, yeah, I'll see you. And he picked another day. And I was like, oh snap. And he's turned 87. He's 87. I pretty much think he's healthy. I think my uncle does say he tries to pretend that everything's all great, but then he does have a lot of internal issues. So we'll see. There's sometimes in his breath he's like, hey, I wanna live till I'm 100 and something. And then there's days he's like, dude, I there's nothing really to live for, because me and my dad are not the greatest. We're not the closest of buddies, which he wants to be. And I guess I'm the a-hole son that's just holding on to this stuff that's happened for years that I just sometimes can't let go. And that's why I tell people all the time, it's a real struggle, man, as a Christian, trying to do the right things by family and friends, and forgiving and forgetting, and trying to move on. Because it's not really about the other person, it's about you. You know what I mean? And the what it releases under you. And I guess I'm still, it's not as much as it was, but I'm still holding on, I guess, for some things. Are you and your dad close, or
Me and my
your mom?
dad are fine. But your dad's dementia doesn't sound that bad. I mean, my dad's only 64. He looks like he's like 70 or 80 or something like that, but he's only 64. But when he's talking to my mom's name is Tracy. But when he's talking to my mom and he starts asking my mom where she is, and he turns to her and he starts like, "Where's Tracy? I gotta go find Tracy." And he gets up and starts walking around the house looking for Tracy. And then my mom's like, "Well, who am I?" And he goes, "Well, you're Tracy." That's a whole different world right there.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, my dad's never gotten where that's at, but he's done stuff in that realm of things. Like, he swears that he'll talk to me, and I'm like, "Dad, you didn't say nothing to me," which, like, or also, or he'll say something. Yeah. So I totally, man. And when I say this, I want you to understand, when I talk to everybody, this is you, my family, friends, everybody, that I always think of a story. And let me just say, that would be a very compelling, strong drama movie, man, of a father, or a husband that is going through something like that. And, you can capture, maybe put a nice, really story around that. That would be a really cool, just a loving, compelling story about family, and a dad, or it could be a mother that, let's say that just starts off like that, where they're like, "Hey, you know, we'll use your mom. We'll switch it, for example. We'll say, you know, uh, a woman's character goes to her husband, and says, "Hey," and let's say her husband's name is Charlie, and then, she's like, "Hey, where's Charlie? I got to go find Charlie," even though he's right there. And then she goes off on this adventure to try to find Charlie, but Charlie's there the whole time. I don't know. I just feel like there's a cool little story, but like a really, like, touching one, if that makes sense. It'd be a drama. It'd be a tearjerker. It wouldn't be one of them, action stuff like that. This would be a tearjerker movies, that you would be there with your spouse, and cry and enjoy a nice tear movie. I don't know. It'd be like a girl movie, I think. I don't know. I always think of stuff. My mind's always creating. You know what I mean? And I think a great thing about stories is not just making stuff up, but taking stuff that's a realistic. Because you've seen some of those stories, right, where it says based on a true story, but then sometimes they go left field with it.
Yeah.
I would never.
I always imagine an asterisk after that.
Yeah.
Based on a true story, except for the stuff we made up to make it cooler.
Yeah. I would like to dabble in stuff like that, Andy, but never. I would like to have the full story be like this big, and it'd be like this much of, let's have a little fun with putting a little extra stuff in it. Switch it up a bit. You know what I mean? But yeah. So, sorry, I'm sorry that I made your dad's thing into a storyline, but I don't know. I think like that. That's what I mean. So if I offended you, I apologize, or your parents or family, but yeah, like I said, I think people love seeing stuff like that. I think they resonate. Speaking of film, let me go to Rudy real quick. Rudy Rudiker, of course, from that movie called Rudy. With my boy Sean. Is it Astin or Austin? I think it's Austin. Aston, do you? I think that was a pretty, from what I read and certain things, that was a pretty, based on a true story type of thing. What did you think about that movie? Because I'll be honest with you, that movie I just watched it. This is true story. Watched it 2 times in a row this past week. Meaning, I saw it like on a Saturday, and then I saw it again on a Monday. They're like repeating it on this one channel over and over again. And both times, there were different times I put in. There was one time I saw the last 15 minutes, and the one I stuck from the very beginning. I cried both times, dude, hard. And I'm like, I don't even know why. I'm like, and it may be because of the soundtrack, because the music is beautiful, by the way. And I'm just like, I'm going, man, and I guess love that underdog story, that story about love and passion and drive and those things. Do you like movies like those? And what do you think about Rudy? With that being that, you hold on a second now. You all gave me flack for Princess Bride. Oh no, you haven't seen Rudy?
No. Princess Bride is different.
Oh heck no, it ain't.
You ask anybody you come across in the film industry, they'll tell you Princess Bride is a classic. They won't
That's
say the
fine.
same about Rudy.
Oh, I don't know about that. No, whoa, wait a minute.
No. I'm not saying Rudy is not good. I'm just saying it's not a film classic.
Well, you mean cult classic, or you just meaning classic?
Classic.
I don't know. I think Princess Bride is a part of that weird, like, and I'm gonna throw some weird names out there, like a Beetlejuice, yeah, because I mean I know people seen the movie, but you have to have an acquired taste. Now I'm being serious. There's some guys, yes, there's some guys that are just like me and women that go, Princess Bride, we talking about. There are guys that are like you that be like, oh, Princess Bride is the most busy film on the planet. You know what I mean? The only thing good about Princess Bride is Andre the Giant. That's the only good part of the movie. That's it.
Carrie Owens,
I mean, he's good. Yes, I don't get me wrong, but I have to admit, my man Andre the Giant carried that film, and he ain't even an actor. He did like he did in WrestleMania. You know what I mean? He was strong, but like I said, I think Rudy.
I've never wanted to punch you harder in my life.
Well, I didn't want to strangle anybody as much as I do right now when you said Rudy and a classic. Oh man, you crazy as hell, man. That's tough. Real quick, we got Pam Carter in the house. She said, "Hello, everyone. Dropping by for a few minutes. Thanks for being here, Pam. A really cool supporter. She comes to all of my drive through loving, my eating show that I do now, my brand new eating show. So it's good times. Thank you for being here. Me and Andy are just discussing. I don't think we're arguing just yet on what's the greatest of these two. We're approaching that everything. Okay, another one. I'm wearing the shirt. Goonies is beloved, but it's considered, and this is a classic. This is a classic, but it's considered a cult classic. The Crow, beloved by everybody, but still considered a cult classic.
That's because it didn't gather its fan base until after it came out.
Well, what about Princess Bride?
Princess Bride came out. It was actually beloved by critics too.
I don't know about that, man.
Go ahead.
I don't know.
Whatever
you say. Hey, but since I gave a chance to Princess, but I told you I gave it a real chance because I actually told my brother and sister, I'm like, hey, we'll watch it. They looked at me too, said, and I was like, I know, but listen, no joke. 40 minutes in, we all stopped watching it because I literally left and I forgot what I did. And they were like, well, I guess he ain't here. I guess we're going to turn it off. If it was that good, they would have kept watching it, but they even turned it off. So I'm just saying, it's not as oh, we got to watch this, I guess. Because I tried it and it didn't. So you got to try Rudy.
Okay.
I think you really will enjoy it because you like those types of films.
I'm sure I would.
Yeah. And you will then put it, I believe, higher than Princess Bride.
I doubt that.
Just because of the stellar story, the soundtrack. You got Jon Favreau back in the day. You got young Jon Favreau before he became the man and the myth and the legend that he is.
I've seen plenty of young Jon Favreau. Have you
seen
that? Oh, I just watched it.
Chef? He's in that one too, Chef.
No, I haven't seen that. That's not what I'm thinking of. It was a movie based on a book that was a sequel to Jumanji. It's called.
I know. I think you have. Wait.
Space. It's Zathura, the space.
Yes, Zathura. Yeah. I know something. It's a really bad version of. I know what you're saying. Yes. I mean, I like for the time, the visuals was okay. It's got like a bunch of. I know I can see the thing entitled the poster. It's blue. The poster and the thing is blue. The letters are white. I think I know what you're talking about. The something letter Z, right? Yeah.
It's got a young. I don't remember the kid's name or the guy's name. He's a guy now, but The guy who plays PETA in Hunger Games.
Yes. There's a movie that he's in that's out of the blue that I saw where he's like a painter, and I think this is before all of his bigger roles, and he's like he's able to paint like actual, like, okay, you know how like you get like these authentic paintings from painters that are passed away and they're sold for millions and millions of dollars, like these, and they're authentic sign. Well, he's a guy that can literally copy exactly. It's a really cool story, and I forgot the name of it. I have it in my phone because I want to go watch the full thing or buy it. But it seems really interesting. Where again, you're this painter that's a really good painter, and he doesn't know that he's doing like this in a sense, because there's another guy that's trying to get him and saying, "Hey, I will give you all this money for you to do all these fake paintings for me, so I can make billions of dollars, so I can work with you."
Moth is as the real thing, but
it's a pretty cool story. So I want to check it. I saw like parts of it. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go check this out. Guys in the chat, we're gonna start right now having some fun by we're gonna kind of do a little bit of what's on the list, but I know there's more up there. I forgot Cobra Kai. I can't believe I forgot to put that on there. There's a few other lovely franchises and shows and TVs. I'll put it back up. I got you here, Andy. I'll put it up for you. Let me go ahead and do that real quick. I had it here. We go here. Yeah, man, it's crazy, 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 crazy. Yeah, so we'll probably throw, there's the Matrix trilogy, the Hangover trilogy, the Maze Runner trilogy, the Dark Knight. I knew if I didn't put that up there, I know Andy was going to give me some flack. The Fast and Furious franchise, Star Wars franchise, Harry Potter franchise, Rocky franchise. People think I don't like horror. I do. I just don't like the freaking demonic stuff, even though Freddy kind of is a light-hearted demonic character. Not Freddy, but Michael. Then you got like Michael, the Halloween franchise, Star Trek franchise, and they'll be like, oh, he does Star Wars, don't like Star Trek. I like Star Trek, love Star Trek. Of course, Smallville. So there's a few other. We had Walking Dead in there. There's a bunch of stuff in there. We can do Fallen Skies. So yeah, we'll definitely go through a few of those. So Andy, let's start off now. If you're in the chat when we're talking about a trilogy, if you'd like to,
feel free to weigh in.
Yeah, weigh in, express your thoughts on those trilogy. You know, I forgot to text today was Dave, man. I forgot to text my boy Dave.
Oh, we need
some Dave in the house. He might be listening.
We're just gonna see a lot of expletives, and he's just gonna say that they all suck.
And Sting sucks. And Sting sucks as well. Yes. Krusty Stucks. Yes, Stucks. I said the Krusty Stucks. I put Stucks in there. I can't even say it right. So let's start off. And I'm gonna let you go first, and I'm gonna go second. Matrix trilogy. This is minus. We could talk about that for a brief moment after we discuss, but Matrix, just 1, 2, and 3, the trilogy, and then maybe your thoughts on the 4 and maybe 5th of the Matrix that they're going to be doing. Go ahead, Mr. Andy.
I think they should have stopped at 1.
And rank it. Oh, and by the way, rank them. Rank 1, 2, and 3. Your favorites at top. By the way, after you discuss whatever you say.
I think they should have stopped at 1. I think.
So
one was an 8. I loved how it ended, and the other 2, Revolutions, and I don't even remember the name of it. I don't even remember the name of it. I think they made it more convoluted and just confusing than it really needed to be. The first one was a great kind of metaphor for technology and fitting into the world and all this other stuff. And the way it ended, it was like, okay, Neo is the one, and then he left the message, and it was open-ended so that your imagination could wonder, oh, where does it go from here? But no, the audience and I guess the Wachowskis, they said that they had it all planned out, but I really don't believe they did. I think it was a Lucas thing. They might have had some ideas, but they didn't have it planned out, You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It wasn't as bad as the new trilogy for Star Wars. because everybody swears on the planet that that's my favorite trilogy. And I'm not saying it is or it isn't. I do like it, but I understand why they hate, especially that the new news came out with certain things about, not having a clear-cut plan. But I don't think they did that. I think just like Luke, you just said Lucas, where they had a starting and an ending, but they really did some stuff in between. You know
I don't
what I mean?
even think they really had an ending. I think they just had some ideas that they were kind of batting around in case it came up. But I loved the way the first one ended. It was like it was that cliffhanger that was like not really a cliffhanger. It was an ending that was open ended, and you were like, oh, that's a cool ending. Neo's gonna go and he's gonna save the world. Cool, awesome. And then the second one came out, and it was like, what is this? This is getting freaking haywire. This is nuts. There is too much stuff. What is all this nonsense? It doesn't make any GD sense. What the is happening?
I like how you bleeped yourself out.
And then the third one came out, and it was even bigger, and it was like, now there's even more crap. What the F? They're having orgies in the freaking caves. There's even more. My head's gonna explode. I don't understand any of this crap. And that's the way I felt after it. I'm like, I'm just gonna watch the first one. The first one made sense.
man, I've never seen, and we only on the first trilogy. I've never seen Andy this animated. He got animated more in the all 22 episodes. This is it. This was a good one. I like that. Man, if you want to get Andy hyped, just talk about Matrix 2 and 3.
So that's where I stand. Matrix 8. The other two, flush them.
Wow.
4 and 5, I could care less. I probably won't even see them.
Oh wow.
And that's nothing against Mr. Keanu. I think he's doing great. I love John Wick. I love Bill and Ted. I love everything that he's doing right now. It's just I don't care for this convoluted just nonsense that the Matrix has started spinning out from the second one. It's nonsense.
Right. Man, well, I'm gonna be the life of your party right now, because you know me, baby. So hold on, let me ask you a question. So I know you said there's only one. Did you ever see 2 and 3?
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously rank if you can. I obviously know 1 is going to be 1, but if you had to rank between 2 and 3, what would go first? What would go second and third? Just what would go second and third? If you had to choose, if you had to choose, would it go 3-2 or would it go 2-3? Ha! Dave is here, and Dave said your words. He said, "I'm with Andy. F the Matrix." Wait, as a whole? Wait, I'm gonna ask Dave. Dave, as a whole?
Yeah, because I like the first one, Dave. It's the other two that are just they're too much. I can do without those.
I think it makes Dave's brain hurt. I think that's what it does on that one for sure.
Man, I don't want to rank the other two. They're equal. They're equal trash.
Well, give a little more than the other trash. Just give a little more. What was less hurt for the brain?
Less hurt for the brain.
Knowing you probably would have liked
number 2, probably.
Okay, 1, 2. So what does it go 1, 2, and 3 for you? Okay.
It started. It was a downward spiral. It was like number 1, and then number 2, and then number 3, and then I was like, okay.
And then number 4, it's gonna go back up for you, Andy. Watch. All right. Hello from Sarah. Hi, Sarah. Dave said like you after the first one. All right. Well, Dave, you can go ahead and have some fun with me right now, because here we go. I happen to like the trilogy. I do like it. I do agree. Hi, Ariel. Everybody's coming in. It's good to see everybody. Guys, right now we're ranking the Matrix trilogy. So if you've seen the Matrix and you like it, you could either, chat. I say, hey, I like the Matrix, or
I gotta go get some bourbon or something.
He said bourbon. He said bourbon. Oh man. That's tough. So if you guys want to write in there, talk about, like I said, the The Matrix. If you like 1, if you like 2, if you like 3, if you like the whole trilogy, if you don't like Andy and Dave so far, they only like the first one. And they don't like the second and third one. You could be that, or you could be like, hey, I like the third one, don't like the first two. I like the second one, don't like 1 or 3. Because everybody has different tastes, you know what I mean? And doesn't mean it's good or bad. It just means we like different things. If that makes sense. So for me, I guess I'll just. Oh, here he is. We'll bring him on back. There he is. Okay, there we go. Want to make sure you heard everything. So Ariel Williams throws in there. I was just basically saying, write in, and she said I really like the first 2 Matrix movies because again, film is all subjective. We all like certain things. Everybody has different things. Everybody has their own hot buttons, whatever it may be. So for me, I do. If I had to pick out of the 3, the best one, of course, was 1, and I totally agree with Andy and Dave that not Dave, he didn't say that, but Andy when he said the ending was good, like it was like an ending that left on, hey, we can leave it at that. Let's have 1 movie, greatest movie of all time. Or we can say, hey, you know what? Studio, so we can make some money. Let's try to make a part 2 and a part 3. And of course, I want to say I do believe they had a plan because they shot 2 and 3 back to back. But I don't know if they had anything clear exactly in the thing. I think they had as you said, Lucas, and that's why I said Lucas, what I said about Lucas, what you said, which was, hey, Lucas did have a point A to point Z, and we're going to fill in the blanks. Even though we weren't sure what some of the blanks were, they had a clear cut from beginning to end. And I think Matrix had the same thing where they had a beginning and an end. They knew Neo was going to die. They already knew. Oh, spoiler alert! If you've never seen Matrix 3, y'all, my bad. My man passes away in the Matrix. So we think. And so beginning and end, I feel like they had that, and then they tried to fill in the blanks. And I think what every franchise tries to do, and I'm sure you can agree with me on this, Andy, is that, you know what? We're going to just always amp up everything to try to beat the first one. And there's a good and a bad to that. There's a good because, of course, you always want to better or top the first one, right? But the problem is sometimes when you oversaturate it with so many different things and over plots, over stuff, just over things. A guy like yourself may not like that. Me, I'm that guy that likes the kitchen sink thrown to them. But at the same time, I'm like you. I have both sides of the coin. I could have enjoyed it either way if it had less stuff, like you said, more of a central story or central characters that they didn't went off and went crazy with. Like, I think I know what you're talking about. I laughed when you said orgy in the cave. I was like, good times. Neil got to get his freak on. He had to get it on in the cave.
Yeah, but I don't care about everybody else having their big giant sex party.
I know, but they were trying to get to all the emos and the gothic people to come watch the show. So with that being said, I like I said, I like the trilogy, but it goes for me like this. Now I would have maybe this is not a full thing because I really enjoyed the third storyline because of the Jesus arc. They didn't. What's the word I'm looking for? I didn't feel like they try to like make fun of Jesus or make fun of God. You know what I mean? I think they gave it a thing. So I was like, oh, but the reason why I didn't put it at the top was because I know back in the day, and I can still say it was back in the day, for when they did the fight scene between Neo and Mr. Smith, Agent Smith, up there in this, even though I thought that was epic as hell. But if they would have done that now, I think it would have, because I think a lot of people took a lot of people out. Matrix 2, the fight scene with all the different Mr. Smith, I took a lot of people out because it looked like a video game in a sense. Same thing with
worse than a video game.
Yeah,
video games look better than that.
Right, and same thing with that fight at the end. Not the entire fight, just the one upstairs. And I get that. So, but I can still get away with that. But like, okay, I knew what they were doing and I can enjoy it. But if 3 would have been, I would have picked 3. Yeah, I made my top because I love that storyline and how that ended too. You know what I mean? Because they kind of left 3 same thing as an ending of 1. It was kind of like if 3 was made as Matrix 1, you know what I mean? If that was just the Matrix 1, they didn't have all the like first 2. That ending kind of had that same ending. Like it was a finish in a sense. Like there's no reason to do a 4 or 5. There's no reason. I mean, they could do a prequel. I think what number 4 is going to be is a prequel, but it is what it is. But so my ranking would be 1, 3, and then 2 would be my ranking for that. Moving on to The Hangover. Just curious, have you seen any of The Hangovers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, 1 and 2. I didn't see
Okay. Oh man, hold on. Now before you get into all your stuff, let me tell you this real quick. Did you at least watch the trailer for 3?
Yes.
Okay. I will say it doesn't do it justice. It doesn't really reveal anything. And I think for you to understand the full trilogy, you have to watch 3. Even though you may not like it, watch 3. And I won't spoil it. But I will say the individuals you think are really a part of this story for why they made 1, 2 is not the reason why they made 1 and 2 at all. Like they went completely left field. And I will say that in the documentary of the making of this, like I think it was in the 2nd one or 3rd one, I forgot which DVD it is, but they make this whole documentary, this really spoof about it. I think you'd really enjoy it, Andy, because it's stupid and funny. And it's raw, so you would enjoy it. Uncensored, if you will. Yeah, I think you'd. So rank the first 2 of what you thought, and go ahead.
I actually like number 2 a little bit better than number 1.
Okay. Why is that?
I don't know. It felt a little fresher and more funny for me.
Yeah. Was it because of the Mike Tyson cameo? I'm just kidding. Oh, he's actually thinking about it. Wait a minute. Oh, snap. I was thinking that's a joke.
I'm trying to think if that actually played a part.
Oh man, you're making me cry.
Because I know that's a big through line throughout the whole thing.
It's huge, man. I freaked out when I saw that. I was like, what the heck? Mike's in this thing?
Oh. Yeah.
And then he sang the song too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I give it to you. Yeah, same thing for me. Yeah, same thing for me. I want to say I really enjoyed. I mean, don't get me wrong. 1 is one of those that, when I say Matrix, is saying that it's just really good. They didn't have to make a 2nd and 3rd one. It was one of those, it could just stand alone and be cool with it. But 2 was one of those ones they said, you know what, which I think they did really well with. They kept it. They didn't go too left field, but they went bigger than the first one, and I think it did well. Now, I don't know if you'll like 3, but you'll understand 1, 2, and 3 as a whole, as a trilogy. That's why it's important to watch that one. But I think it's because, and I will say this, there's no spoiler, but I will say that I think because you'll probably rank 3 as your worst, because they did try to over the top everything.
A little too much, yeah.
But it was really cool though, because I'm thinking when I watched the story, I'm like, how the hell are they going to, and they did it well. And your boy John Goodman's in that too, by the way. Your boy John Goodman's in there too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes with comedy, it's a little bit different for throwing in too much, because sometimes too much can make it even better. Because sometimes, like the Monty Python movies, Life of Brian and Holy Grail, there is a lot of nonsense in those movies, and it just adds to them, because you're just like, what? Wait, why is that in here? And it just makes it that much funnier.
Yeah, I gotta show this off to Dave. Dave, really, man? I thought you're a drinking guy, Dave. You love Vegas. It's all that. You don't tell me you're a good Christian boy all of a sudden. Oh, my man Dave found God. He said, I found God, and I don't like the hangover. It's too crazy for me. No, you're crazy.
If he doesn't like hangover, he doesn't like it.
I know. I'm just giving him a hard. Hey, he gives me flack. Why can't I give him flack? All right. Anyways, the next one. I know. It's funny with me. I know. I know. Anyway, so I forgot who laughs like that in the movies. There's somebody that laughs like that in the movies. Okay. So my ranking is, even though I love 3, my ranking would be, even though I think 2 is better than 1, I still just like 1 a lot. So I have to go 1, 2, and 3. That'd be the ranking. even though I like all the others. Okay, Maze Runner. Maze Runner. Now, this was a set of books. This was 4 books, I believe. And with that being said, we have. Yeah, we have, and I didn't read them either because I don't have time to read no books.
No, I haven't seen the movies either.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna tell you, I think, and because I don't want to give anything away, but I think if you do watch that, you might enjoy that because of the fact that where it leads to and what you think that the story is from the beginning, it totally blows your mind. You're like, oh, it went here. I will say, it might have that feel about trying to overtop each other, but I don't think it was that bad. I think it was pretty solid for each film for me, and I like the man. I can't believe I'm gonna mess up his name right now, and I really like him. I want to say it's something Brian. Give me 1 second, guys, because I hate not knowing. Just got to ask our Google friend here. The cast of Maze Runner. I put Maze Thummer. Wow. Dylan O'Brien. Dylan O'Brien is his name. Yeah. Dave said hell no, but hell no to what though? Oh, your mic's off, Andy. You hit the mute button. What'd you say?
To Finding God.
Oh, oh man. Well, not yet, man. I got to get you to go to church with me first. Don't worry. When I get Dave to come to my church, oh, it's good times. We're gonna have a good time. He's gonna be doing the holy roll in action, man. He's gonna have a good time. Tony says I'm here. I think he's coming up.
Sure Ken would just.
Oh, Ken would have some fun. He'll bring the fear of God. Oh, my man. Hey, no. Ken is a redneck. I think Dave would enjoy Ken. I think he really would.
Ken and Dave would probably get along.
Get along fantastically. And make fun of me at the same time. I mean, it'd be great. Oh, man. Well, Tony has made it here. We can ask him if he's been in the Maze Runner. But before we get into that with Tony, like I said, I think Andy, you may enjoy it a little bit. I know it kind of fell off because I think there was a part 4 they were going to do, and I think just like they did with Divergent, since the money wasn't there, like they stopped it because I was really sad because I know you can call it teeny boppy. Deep teener bopper crap, whatever you want to call it. But I enjoyed this as a series. And then I really hate that when fans or people talk all this crap and then they don't make the money that they need to make, I don't think when they do a movie, and this is really hard, I'm sure, Andy, to make this happen. But I hate, and they do this with TV series too, where they say, okay, we're going to do this. They get you in one season, but then because it wasn't well received or maybe didn't make enough money, they cut it off. And maybe guys like ourselves, Firefly's one, a couple other ones I'm sure we're kind of going to name, that it sucks. It really sucks. It really sucks. Like, for example, I'll use one. I know Solo was not received in Star Wars very well, but I enjoyed that movie, and I really wanted to see – I see you, Tony. I see you backstage, man. I'm getting this out before I get you on here, man. But I wanted to see what happened with that, spoiler alert, that Darth Maul thing at the end. That was a great cliffhanger. And I felt like if they didn't think that was going to go well, I don't think they should have put that cliffhanger in there. I think they should have never put that in there, because now guys like me were like, okay, I'm wanting the Solo 2 or Solo spinoff franchise, what they might do on Disney Plus. And show the syndicate of Darth Maul. Like, I don't think Darth Maul ever got his justice, and I really want to see more of him live action. I see Tony raising his head, like a Metallica. So we'll see. So with that being said, let's bring up Tony. And I want to, we talking favorite movies yet? Yes and no. You can throw your favorite movies up in there, Drew. Our friend Drew's in the house. Thank you for being here, Drew. But let's bring up Tony. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Tony has made it.
Hey, Tony.
And we're going to throw him in the middle. He's literally Fireline Live. I'm AGM and he's Andy. So we're gonna leave it like this for a minute. So really quickly, Tony, give really thoughts. We're gonna bring you back your thoughts and your ranking of the Matrix trilogy. Go ahead, real quick. Throw that in there.
Matrix trilogy?
Yeah.
Like,
And
do I have any complaints about it or anything?
No. Did you like it? And did you like which movie you like better? And then rank them 1, 2, and 3. Which one's best?
They had that perfect formula like the original Star Wars, where like the first one was like pop, hello to everybody. Second one was like that building and you're meeting people and other little twists, and it's all lining up till the big finale on the third one.
You know what? Hold on. Hold on, Tony. Let me go ahead and leave you. Hold on, Tony. Hold on. Yeah. I want you and Andy to have a discussion on your own. I'm gonna go off the screen. Hold on 1 second.
I was ready to talk about series that got cut off too quick and things like that.
No. I want you to talk about. Listen, you guys are 2 OG Star Wars fans, and you said, Tony, that it took the formula of Star Wars, and I want you to say that to Andy by himself. Hold on a second.
No, I mean, on the top, when I was just put on the spot and top of my head with no time to think about it, I like first Matrix was like the mind blower, the setup, things happen, shit's cool. The second one is like the android dude, like whatever guy, is just tearing through the whole thing, making copycats of himself and just going crazy. And then by the end, there's that little twist of he can like be unplugged of his brain from the Matrix, and it just leaves you in that like boom. And then the third one is just it's all real, and it just I kind of would think more like maybe to the amount of time to think about it. The third one is a little bit like Infinity War, where everything is just kind of real and dark, and it's a closure. It's like to the point with everything.
I want you to understand something.
How you doing, Andy?
Wait. I want you to understand how I'm laughing before Andy goes.
It's an open book.
It is a book. I'm just having my fun right now with you two because I love you guys so much. But I just want to show Andy how I was looking backstage. I was having a good time. Go ahead, Andy, and enjoy your fun.
I'd like to know. Yeah, I would like to know. I mean,
I think they should have stopped after the first one because I liked the way the first one was the setup and it was the mind blower and everything like that. But I liked the way the first one ended. It ended with that kind of open-endedness where it was just like, oh, cool, Neo is the one, and he's going to go and he's going to save and pull the people out of the Matrix and everything like that. I felt that the second one started adding a little too much illusion to. It
was just a lot of story. It was just a lot of story of stuff. Yes.
Yeah, but it was too much. It started making the Matrix. What the Matrix was too confusing. Now I understood it. I don't need anybody to chime in and tell me, "Oh, this is what it was." I understood it.
The programs and the different like the little. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I follow Tron. I understood it.
Yeah.
Andy, Andy, you got to give him what you told me. You said it was trash. Go ahead and explain.
It was trash. Click.
It was just too much, and it started just.
It was too much of the other side of the pendulum to what like everything was set up in the first one.
Yeah,
because I can't say if they should have just made one. Because the first thing I went was, "Damn you if you last Airbender me on that thing, dude." When you all set it up, there's gonna be a second, and then all of a sudden it's like, "Oh, we're gonna go cartoon after like 5 years." You know what I mean? It was like, "Oh man." And didn't that dude get a great? Didn't that director or something get a rep for like making these good movies that like, God, you should have a sequel or sets up a sequel and there's never a sequel, you know?
M. Night Shyamalan did Airbender.
That's the cat. That was the cat. Yes.
All right. Well, I'm good with my fun having y'all rant. That was good though. I was having good times.
I did not like to.
Let's put it this way. Andy went to get bourbon.
It was just.
Andy
because they went so diluted and weird in the second one, how did that make you feel with everything about the third one?
Trash.
It was the same thing because they kept.
They put it down the trash timeline.
Oh, Chad, he went to go get bourbon. That's what he had to go do because I said 3. I actually like 3. I think 3 is really good. Not me.
by the end.
Your opinion towards the Matrix 1, 2, 3 can be very similar to people's feelings about Star Wars 7, 8, and 9.
Oh wow!
Maybe.
There you go. Maybe there you go. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. That's a good observation.
It's comparable. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So.
And by the time you reach that third one, you're like, I had this, and then I had this, or like you're two different real far pendulum opinions. And by the time that third one's like a hybrid, and you're just like kind of like, I'll take it. I'll take.
Now,
I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, so rank it, Tony. Rank them, Tony. Rank them.
No, you wanted him to pick into the brain and go down the rabbit hole. So
not too much. Not too much.
Excuse me.
Not too much.
I'm in the rabbit hole right now.
Not too much. I know. I'm gonna pull you out. I'm gonna pull you out. You can say what you want about 3 real quick. Say what you want to say about 3, and then you got to rank them. Go ahead.
No, but so you really didn't like number 3 because, like, even though it was a big battle scene at the end and all those kind of clashes with the people and the characters and the dude and the other dude, the dude's in the dude being another dude and stuff.
It was by that time I was just like, my
you were just like,
oh man,
all right, gotcha.
Dave,
trying to understand the plot behind what the Matrix was. It was just like, oh, we've had like 7 Neos, and each one tried to do this.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
What?
Hey, Andy.
I don't care about the action at this point. I'm trying to figure out this fucking calculus problem.
Oh, please get action. Hey, look what Dave wrote. Dave put Matrix 2 and 3 crap. Matrix 2 and 3 makes crap look good. That's tough. Okay, so rank them really quickly. We know your thoughts. Rank them, Andy.
It's 1, 3. It's 1, 3, 2.
1, 3, 2.
It's 1, 3, 2 without mixing in cartoons.
And that's pretty much where I'm at too as well. Okay, really quickly. I like Drew's on this. Matrix was supposed to be a standalone, and I agree. I think just like Andy, we all said it. I think it could have been great by itself, but they saw the cash grab. They said, "Hey, Neo's a popular character, and how can we bring these guys back?" Totally agree with that.
It wasn't just the cash grab. It was the cash grab. It was the cast grab as well.
Oh yeah, that too. It had a great cast. If
you could get all that, rolling some more, and that's maybe why they got so happy about everything and the fighting with everything too.
We got to move it along. I want to say one thing about the Matrix. We got to move it along because we got all these movies we got to talk about. And don't worry, I think we might do a part 2 to this. So. Now with Matrix, everybody's saying that. Let me get this whole thing out, by the way. So I think Matrix 4 is supposed to be a prequel. Apparently, it's supposed to be a prequel. I don't know. It's not confirmed. They're not saying yes. They're saying yes. It's all over the place. I think 5. I don't know if they're supposed to take after or before even that one. So I have no clue what 4 and 5 is going to do for the Matrix. I have no idea. Now the problem is back in the day they were brothers. What was the names again, Andy?
Oh, it's.
The Kowalski brothers?
Wachowski brothers.
Wachowski brothers. Yeah. Well, now they're the Wachowski sisters. I'm gonna call as I see it, they're sisters. They changed themselves to females. Now hold on. Before the chat, people in the live, people in the replays.
I'm just gonna leave it alone.
No, we can have a little fun. We have a little fun with this.
The Wachowski sisters. It's still 2. It's still 2.
They're still gonna do 2 notes. Yeah, they're gonna still
same high minds. And
well, I don't know because this is what I'm trying to get to. So let me finish this out. Now, I don't mind when things are naturally done. I don't mind things like that. Like, right, okay? I'm not fond. Yeah. Listen, I'm not meaning I don't watch them. I watch Supergirl, right? Supergirl has.
Okay, how about this? Do they want to make this, or are they being forced?
No, it's already. They're making it. Yeah. Keanu side on it's on his IMDb. He's doing it.
Okay, so they want it. Okay.
What I'm trying to say is, that's why I said, let me finish, Tony, so I can get you the answer. So if you have these guys that were men and they did whatever they did, right? Like I said, I watched Supergirl. They got their first transgender character in there. I still watch it, right? You got all the gay characters that are out. I have nothing against transgenders, nothing against gays. I don't. Is it my thing though? No, I really don't like watching that type of stuff. Now, with the Matrix coming out, with the new Matrix coming out, because everything's all about, if you want to call it being woke, everything all being thrown in because they have a narrative of I gotta put a transgender in it because that's what the world wants, and the gays and the lesbians and all these different things.
Well,
My point is, hold on, let me get the whole thing out. Do you think we're gonna see all these types of things show up, because they really didn't show any of that in Matrix 1, 2, and 3? Do you think they're gonna really throw that in there because they wanna, make it to where everybody, you know what I mean? And would you want to see that in the trilogy?
A love story with them, those are going to happen. There's going to be different love stories or situations and meetings and friends and characters. Right. And I see everybody in a movie as a character. And movies like Tron and movies like like I said, The Matrix, you can make somebody. You're a program. You're something. Yeah. It's not about. I'm not looking at you like.
Cool. Yeah, but I'm not going to be cool.
I'm not looking at you.
I'm not going to be cool if they make. I'm not going to be cool. Now listen, I'm not in any way again against transgenders or gays. But if they make Neo gay or a transgender out of the blue because they're like, oh, or Neo's a girl, Neo's a female, I'm not going to be cool with that. I actually probably for the first time maybe not watch. Something.
Okay, so you mean like a total change of character?
That's what I'm saying. Because today's world, we're saying, hey, we got to do this. And since they changed themselves, they said, hey, we're no longer boys, men, we're female. So why wouldn't they want to put that in there? Why wouldn't they want to put that in there?
Okay, so you're afraid. Okay, you threw all the gender style into it because you're pointing out you're worried about them putting too much gender and woke culture into a Matrix movie.
Yeah,
if there's a character in there that happens to be transgender or likes boys on boys, girls on girls, anything like that, that's not a problem to me to whatever degree.
Me neither.
I mean, does everybody need a sex scene? No, I don't think so.
Exactly.
But you know what I mean? But I'm not against it. It's part of the character. If you're showing all these people kicking butt and doing some sick scenes.
Yeah, exactly. I'm totally cool with that.
I'm not worried. It's all part of the game.
Like I said, a perfect example. Yeah, it's all a perfect example. Supergirl. There's a transgender superhero in there. I'm actually I like that character. I guess we call her a girl. So yes. So she's great.
Does the character kick butt?
Yeah, she kicks straight butt. That's why I said it's cool. I'm not against it. I just don't want them. I just don't want them to shove it down our throats. Andy, is that
you don't want everybody to have some kind of very unique.
I think Andy knows what I'm talking about.
Orientation or something. Yeah, you don't want it too exploited in a Matrix movie.
Yeah, Andy. Your thoughts on just real quick. I know you're not like talking about this stuff, but maybe
I don't want them to do it just for the sake of.
Yes. There you go. That's what I'm trying to get at. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. If it fits the narrative and if it's natural or whatever, then fine. But just to come out and just say we're going to make Neo a transgender just because.
Yeah,
we want it to be transgender because we're transgender. No, that doesn't fit. If you're going to make it so that it's like in the Matrix somehow he gets programmed and he gets turned into a girl. Fine, whatever.
Okay, and that I can maybe live with that. I mean, there's still an agenda there, but I get that. Yes, real quick.
At least that way.
Yes.
All right, and I'm not
into the thing. You know?
Yeah.
They will, hold on, I got to read these, Tony. They will always be known for the advancement in special effects, especially bullet time, for sure. Looking forward to Matrix 4. Oh, so am I, man. I'm so looking for Matrix 4. Don't get me wrong. Hello, Firelineent. MC Slot saying hi. He's saying MC Slot saying hi to you, Andy. And Firelineent, talk to your audience. Man, I'm talking to you, but I'm trying to fight with Tony here. Because Tony likes to be funny. All right, moving on to the next trilogy. I got to see I can't remember which one I put up there real quick. Let me take a peek. Let me see what we got going on. 3, 2, 1. Let me take a peek. Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to say for Andy and Tony, Tony, did you see The Maze Runner? And did you like that? We'll just keep this one real simple. He hasn't seen it. So yeah, no spoiler for you because he hasn't seen it yet. So
Wait. Maze Runner haven't you seen?
I haven't seen any of them.
Oh, cool. You have like a whole little trilogy thing to go through.
Yeah.
Cool.
Season.
No, it's cool. It's cool. They had that scenario where the dude got injured between the second and third one, like in the third one doing a stunt for the third one, and they had to like put it totally on hold, so it took like forever, and it lost its hype momentum.
Yeah.
That's all of a sudden. Then the Hunger Games kind of finished its dominance on doing its trilogy and its arc and all that stuff. There's like 3 or 4 of them, and so it lost, and everybody got into Marvel, and it kind of lost its steam by the time they can get it out. But it was a good ending. It's a I thought it was going to go one way in the second one. The first one, great. It's going to be a great, like a Matrixy one where it just gives you a great thing, has everything kind of set up for something, but it doesn't have to. But they do, and it kind of just keeps going. And then by the third one, everything it's kind of on, and there's some tragedies and some turmoils, and it's not just action. It's about situations and making decisions and feel like, you know what I mean, friendships and bonds and. Yeah, there's a lot of little ties to it, so it was pretty cool. It worked.
Yeah. Totally as much as I have some DC animation I have to watch, Andy's got some movies he's got to watch. I
was about to say too that the last animated Justice League Dark with Apocalypse, Constantine's ex is King Shark.
Oh wow, cool.
There you go.
And it's not exploited big or small, but it's thrown in there, and it didn't have to be, but it was, and it doesn't. He's into magic, and it's like it doesn't change anything or make anything all of a sudden from out of nowhere, and everything keeps going. You know what I mean? But it's something they didn't have to do. They did it, and it was like not like a speed bump or anything. It went with the flow. It was kind of like, wow, cool.
All right, Tony, bring it back. Give me your ratings for 1, 2, and 3 of how would you put what first for the Maze Runner. You got to move on.
I just have it like a trilogy, 1, 2, and 3.
So you like it that number?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And I want to say I am agreeing with Tony. It's a 1, 2, and 3, even though I love 3 a lot. But watching it like that, ranking it was pretty good.
I didn't watch them a bunch to like actually watch them in singles action. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I was sad that they didn't do number 4 because I know there was a fourth book. They were supposed to part 1 and part 2 it, but they did it. They did it because of, like you said, the box office wasn't there. The Marvel thing was happening, and you know what I mean. And then the Hangover thing happened. So it ended kind of like Divergent. Same thing with Divergent. Exact same
I
as
want to
Divergent.
jump back when I was entering. I just want to jump back when I came in. You were talking about things that got canceled and. Praise Justice League animation because they did a 1 and 2 and they got canceled for like 5 years and everybody demanded it back and they gave us a season 3 and I heard they were going to do a season 4 and I'm waiting on that.
There you go. All right. Let's get into. I know you two most likely enjoy this trilogy more than anything, and I do, but you guys probably like a lot more than I do, and that is the Dark Knight trilogy with Christopher Nolan and Christian Bale. So we're gonna go with Andy. We got a lot of movies to cover, guys. So we gotta do less of me and myself. We gotta do less of and just go through them. So Andy, what you liked and your ranking of 1, 2, and 3.
I actually just finished watching this.
Here you go.
Dark Knight Begins and Rises.
There you go. Tony, your turn. Hey Andy, can you type in rank the night?
I would kind of say the same. I would say the same. I would double that. I would double down that. Number 2 is a unique, amazing piece of action and art, and you really can't appreciate number 3 without number 1 when it comes to Ra's al Ghul. So it's like, give me that classic, that beauty that was that number 2, and then you go back to the Begins, and then you go to the Rise.
Okay, so we might have a trifecta because I feel the same way. So 2, 1, and 3. That's how I'm picking the 2. Yeah, I think 2. I think 2, and I think what really helped that movie, which everybody. That's why I hate when people go, "Oh no, it's Robert Pattinson as Batman. Oh no, it's Ben Affleck as Batman." And all these other people that thought they're gonna suck, but they're gonna kick ass because everybody thought that Heath Ledger was going to suck major balls, and he became one of the best of all time.
No, I didn't judge that. I was laughing because I kind of went at number 3, Rises, with a blank slate, and did not even put together or even have time to judge if that one cop could make a good Robin. And the movie was over.
I give it to you. But you know, I'm just saying that. I'm just saying that.
Like Robin.
Oh, I know. Hey, don't get mad at my Chris O'Donnell now. I want my director's cut. I want my director's cut of that movie. But I will just say this before I move on, that I just think Heath Ledger was a huge part of that. If he didn't sell that Joker, I'm not saying that it wouldn't have been a great part of that trilogy, but he sold the crap out of the Joker for him in that movie. That just because if you talk about Dark Knight, everybody's like, oh, and not that they don't talk about the Dark Knight. They say they really praise Heath Ledger. Like you put, and not that you don't think about Batman, but you think of Heath Ledger. You know,
it's the mantle that we expected from a Joker after so many years, and it's that simple. Like there was like one of those. If you're coming back with this realism, and it was the same buzz after watching the first Batman when he got the Joker card was the same thing as waiting for Batman and Superman to flash up and hoping that it gives you everything you wanted.
Right.
He did it. He had to take it to a point. I mean, don't forget, Nicholson just came out of shit like The Shining. You know, like they knew, like you could do this. You could do this.
It was Jack Nicholson with face paint. That's what it was.
And so you know, for he did a lot of characters, and to have that side and be able to do that with that range. I guess after some of the movies he's done. And the way he was taking it so serious that people saw it behind the scenes and like everything and how it worked, like they knew they must have been onto something, and it became something more than you knew was happening when you first maybe went down that path.
All right, really quickly,
we had to keep it real.
Yeah, okay, we got my boy Drew that says Batman Begins, Dark Knight then Rises. I like his saying here. I was a toss between this. There would be no Dark Knight without Begins. I give him that. To reestablish the franchise after Schumacher was genius. And then, of course, did he win an Oscar for that role? Yes, I believe he did. I think so. I think he did.
And you know, no one ever gives the Alfreds of all these movies credit. Even the OG ones, they kept Alfred out after he played Alfred, and like all of them. You had Michael Caine. Like it was Michael Caine, dude. I think, right? Who was this current like Alfred dude? Like he was bad. Like he was guidance.
There's two Alfreds that I really want to see more of that I thought is amazing at the roles. One is the Simmons guy. I forgot his first name. That was in Justice League. I like to see him play more because I heard that they were.
He was in Die Hard, bro.
I'm sorry. Did I say
Die Hard?
I'm sorry. Irons. Jimmy Irons. Sorry. Wait a minute. No.
Jeremy Irons.
What are you talking about? Hold on.
Google.
That's the voice of Scar, baby. Mr. Sinister himself.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Actually make a great Mr. Sinister.
Yeah, it's on a side note. Like I said, I just finished going through a run of the first versions of Full Metal Alchemist, and I plugged in Bloodlines for literally 15 minutes and couldn't get through it.
Hold up, I was thinking of the wrong. Hold on, I was thinking of the wrong character. Let me go back a little bit. I was thinking of Commissioner Gordon. My bad. And then I'll go Alfred. So real quick, hold on. I like J.K. Simmons as Gordon. I hope that we get to see more of him because we didn't really get a chance to see him in that movie. So I can't wait to see what he plays it at. Now, if I'm talking about Alfred, the guy I like Jeremy Irons. I just see more of him. But I like to see the guy that played in Gotham. He did the guys that did the stuff in Gotham were amazing. And I heard, guys, I don't know if you guys are Gotham fans, but I heard that they enjoyed it so much that they're bringing them back. They're gonna do a 60. They're bringing them back because everybody does miss them.
Return.
I'm excited for that, man. Let me get the one for that. Real quick. Real quick. Are you with Alfred? There's an actual season 1 out there. Have you guys seen it yet or heard of it? I saw the trailer. Not really up my sleeve because it's a little too much under the story of Mr. Pennyworth himself. That's his name for Alfred. I guess that they did a season 1. DC put out a season 1 for a full story arc of him. It's an actual live action 15 episode of just about Alfred and how he became Alfred. Like
before he became the Wayne Butler, he was like an
a war.
He
was a boxer. He was a boxer in a war.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they actually have a series for that. Are you guys interested in seeing that? Maybe. Are you guys interested in seeing that? Or no?
I haven't really watched much of the DC television, so.
Yeah.
My wife
How about
did.
you, Tony?
My wife was all over Gotham, so I kind of like looked by and kind of like watched and kept going and saw key parts. You know what I mean?
Would you want to watch? Would you want to watch that?
I don't know. I'm like, it goes. That goes a little maybe too. I want to go future. I want to go beyond. I'm sick of.
I got you.
Year ones. I'm sick of year ones. I'm sick of with Batman Begins, with the Batman arc with Christian Bale. That was the best and the last time I really wanted to watch the beginning of Batman. I think we all should know by now. You know what I mean?
That's the actor, Tony, or Andy, that plays Alfred in the Gotham series.
Gotham. Okay.
Yeah, he's really good, and he's a badass, dude. He's a badass. I mean, he whoops ass. Like, his character's badass. Like, it's cool. Like, it's really cool. Okay, now this one's gonna really get crazy because I already know it, so we can't talk about it. We already know our feelings about the movies. We just gotta rank them. Star Wars, and that's including the spinoffs. Okay.
Did I miss the Mandalorian part of this?
You can throw that in. You can throw that in there too if you want. You can throw that in there too if you want. This is the Star Wars section for like a few seconds. Don't talk about what you like and dislike. Just rank them. Rank them. Go ahead. Give a second. I think I already have Andy's. We went through this before a little bit.
I couldn't really watch. I couldn't really watch them unless they were in one of their 3 arc forms. So the arcs would either be the best one is the original ones, 6, 4, 5, 6.
So that's your one.
I'm gonna do 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. I'm gonna watch it kind of like how it was done to me. I'm gonna watch them straight through.
So I guess what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is that your ranking? So you're saying 4, 5, and 6 is your 1, 2, and 3. Your 4, 5, and 6 is the prequels, and your 7, 8, 9 is your prequels. Yeah. And then your 7, 8, 9s are your. That's how you're ranking them, right? Like that. What about your solo movies? Your Rogue One and your Solo. Where are you putting them in your ranking?
I don't know, man. That's 10 movies. You just want me to bust off the top of my head of a ranking?
I do.
I thought you were going to mention something more along the lines of Mandalorian.
No, man. We be doing all kinds of stuff. So you got yours, Andy. Go ahead, give me yours.
My ranking is New Hope, Empire, Return, Last Jedi, Force Awakens, Rogue One, Rise of Skywalker, Revenge of the Sith, Solo, Attack of the Clones, and Phantom Menace.
There you go.
I guess I got 13. So 13, one of my I could tell you what my least favorite is, and that'd probably be Rogue One.
There you go. Okay.
Maybe I gotta watch it again. Maybe I gotta pull my Shazam on it and watch it again. But I think I tried recently, and I was like, no, you're not.
For you, Tony, all you gotta do are these 3 scenes. Watch the beginning. Watch the part where Anakin, or not Anakin, that's it. Wow, sorry. Darth Vader and them are in the castle, and then watch the last 2 minutes, and I think you might enjoy it a lot more. For you. You know what I mean? For you.
Rogue One?
Yeah, for you.
Oh, the last 3 minutes is like the hardest part of the entire movie.
Yeah, it's badass, bro. That's why I said you gotta watch Vader's Castle because it's Vader's Castle. You know what I mean? And then you gotta watch the beginning, Vader's Castle, and then okay. So here's my ranking.
It was watching the fear on everyone's face that made
awesome.
that so cool.
That was so awesome. I'll be honest with you.
They could have done all the Force stuff.
Dude,
but to have everybody so like, oh God, like it's a monster.
We went to watch this opening night at 12 o'clock. You know that's a long Star Wars movie, and this is a freaking build-up. There's a lot of action. There's action, but it's a lot of build-up, right? I fell asleep twice or so. I sat up. All I heard was this. My friends touching me. It's coming. I don't know. They must have saw like spoilers, and all I know is I went like this, and I heard the zzz, and I went up on my seat like this, and I
got the lightsaber.
Yeah, I was like, Vader, baby, let's go. He's killing everybody, light choking. I was like, man, it was good times. So my ranking would be 5,
That's
6,
cool.
5, 6. Oh no, hold on. I changed that. 6, 5. So Return of the Jedi, Empire Strikes Back. Then I would go Revenge of the Sith. Then I would go Force Awakens. Then I would go Rise of Skywalker. Then I would go Return of the Jedi. Then I would go
Return of the Jedi.
No, I'm not. No, sorry, Last Jedi. Sorry, Last Jedi. And then I would do Solo. Then I would do A Phantom Menace. Then Rogue One, and then Attack of the Clones.
Where's
so there's
New Hope?
New Hope got to be in there right after after 9. I'll give it after 9. I get after 9 because I enjoyed this story, but like I said, I know it was his very first in '78, and I know that they couldn't do all the crazy, even though I enjoyed the action. But I don't know. That's for me. What's 7? What?
77.
Gotcha.
7. My bad. Look. My birthday 78. All right. Really quickly, we have Ariel Williams. She put 1, 5, 7, 6. She put 7 again. Got probably confused. 9, 8, 2, and 3. So she ranked 3 as the lowest, 1 being the highest. I imagine she's thinking
She might have tried to hit 4. There might be a 4 in there somewhere.
That 1 might be a 4, I think. Maybe. I don't know.
No, that's one of those 7s might be a 4.
Yeah. What made Gotham such a great show? There was no Batman in it. It's why Smallville was a great show, because there was no Superman in it. They actually did something that was, and I'm kind of glad they didn't. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Gotham, they actually fast forward about 25 years after the show, and they kind of show, I don't know if it's 20 years, but some time, and they show the character in the bat suit a lot better than they did with Tom Welling. Which I thought was really, really cool. And so I kind of like how they did that. We got him saying Irons is Alfred. Yeah, J.K. was Gordon. I got that mixed up. Didn't he win an Oscar for the role? All right, the next franchise here. Let's go over here to Ben. Let's go to Rocky. Let's just go to Rocky. I know that's in there. What about Rocky? You guys like the Rocky franchise?
Some of it.
Ooh, he said some of it. And you can throw Creed in there too because it's part of the franchise. Tony, if you said never seen Rocky,
I don't have Creed in there. I haven't watched anything Creed.
You got to, man. You got to give me some Creed.
It would go like 1. It would go like 1, 2, 4, 3. Yeah, maybe something like that. The one when he's on the street fighting Tommy Guns was the stuff. Like
that was
like the first 2 that tie together with Apollo. I like those. It's a good story all the way through. If you watch one all the way through in order, they all tie together. They're all right by each other sometimes. Yeah. It's hard to say in a different order and break them up because they flow like right. They kind of do a lot of flow.
Yeah.
I know. And it peaks with Rocky fighting on the streets. That was the best when they brought it back.
I know.
It's not about what order we watch them in. It's about which ones we like more than others.
Yeah.
Some of them are like kind of hard to get through. They really are.
Like 1 and 2 kind of go together. 1 and 2 kind of go together. Rocky 4 when he's on the streets with Tommy Guns was pretty cool. Yeah, 3's like right there too. I know. That's why. But Mr. T and the Russian, now you're just getting into like not as solid characters as Apollo was with like his backstory and
they wanted to make
1 and 2 are right there.
They wanted to make it.
If you look at Rocky like Dragon Ball, it really makes perfect sense. Like he fights people, and then they befriend him, or their managers befriend him and teach him stuff. Things like that when you learn from this guy. It's like if you like watch a lot of Dragon Ball and you watch Rocky too, you kind of like get it. Like when's Mr. T gonna come help you out? Like,
I'll do it this way. Let me hear Andy first, and then I'll go about something. So Andy, go ahead. If you would rank any of them, or which ones you like the most.
It would be.
I'm glad I stayed for that.
Rocky 1. Rocky 2. Creed 1, Creed 2, Rocky 4, Rocky 3, and the other ones, while they're entertaining, I can kind of do without them.
Gotcha. All right. So for me, and Andy knows, is one of my favorite franchises. So Rocky obviously was by itself. Yes, 1 and 2 were together. Great story there. 3 is when they started getting a little bit more. I'm gonna use the word because I think it's the way I can make it come out better. Is cartoonish. It started getting cartoonish. But I love. Don't get me wrong though. 3 is you got Mr. T.
That's
and
what happened to sequels in the 80s. If you
hold
have too
on,
many
man.
sequels.
Yeah. Listen, man, you got Thunder Lips with Hulk Hogan, Terry, whatever his last
It
name is.
happened in the 90s too with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Right, but hold on now. So then you got that. So 3 was good. 4 was also good. But if you now literally, now this is gonna get a little confusing, but a little understanding at the same time. If you watch Rocky 4 and Creed 2, that is like Rocky 1 and Rocky 2. Because
Gotcha.
because of the storyline. It's really it's amazing. I know a lot of
I'm
people.
making some coffee. I'll be right back.
Yeah,
I need some of that blue
you
stuff.
go ahead.
Yeah.
No, you're good. Let me just say this, Andy. If you have never seen the Creed movies, I don't know. Oh, you own them. Oh, so you know what I'm talking about.
In my ranking.
Oh, okay. Did you? I didn't hear it.
Yeah, I put Rocky 1, Rocky 2.
Right.
Creed 1, Creed 2.
Oh, you didn't say. Oh, I didn't hear. All I heard was the 4. All I heard was Rocky 1, Rocky 2, Rocky 3, and you said the other ones. I can just kind of
said Creed 1, Creed 2.
Oh, I didn't hear it. I didn't hear that.
Then I did Rocky 4, and then Rocky 3.
Okay, yeah, I didn't hear that part. I get you. Yeah, I got what you're saying. Yeah. So for me, I would say, could you write down 2 for me? Okay, they're writing it down. Cool. I would say, ooh, man. I have to go with Rocky 1 just because of story itself, man. So Rocky 1. And then I got to continue it is even though I'm gonna go above it, Creed 1, and then we're gonna go to Rocky 4, then Creed 2, then Creed I'm gonna say Creed 3, Rocky 3, Rocky Balboa, and then Rocky 5. Even though I really enjoy Rocky 5 because of with all the flack that it gets. And it's cheesy, and don't get me wrong, it is. But I love the fact that they said, you know what, we're not going to do a fight in the ring, because it's like everybody, like I said in Last Jedi. I'm not saying this would have changed the scope of Last Jedi, by the way, when I say this, but I know that all the Lukes that wanted to see Luke do Luke things, if Luke would have just followed his lightsaber in that episode more than he did at the end, it would have been a little bit more well received. And so I say that with the same thing with this trilogy. If Rocky Balboa would have fought Tommy Gunn for the title in the ring, that would have made it a much better loved film in a sense, because we all know we love to see Rocky fight in the ring. That's why Rocky Balboa, besides the storyline, people still enjoyed Rocky Balboa because he was fighting in the ring. You know what I mean? Yeah. So there you go. So there's there. I hope Tony heard that, but we're gonna move it on to the next one.
I'm ranking these movies as the way I enjoy them, not based on their connected.
Of course.
That's why I put Creed 2 over Rocky 4.
Yeah.
Because I would much rather watch Creed 2.
Oh yeah.
Than Rocky 4. Even though to understand it, you kind of have to watch Rocky 4.
Kinda. I'll tell you what. I've been watching the Fear the Walking Dead, and the way their storytelling is, they'll show you stuff that's happening like now, and you're like, what the heck? And then the next episode, they do a full-on episode, so they do it almost like in a backwards way in some sense, and it's kind of a cool way of telling the story that I never thought would be kind of a cool way of telling the story. Yeah. So you can watch it that way, not a big deal. All right, we're getting to I love Potter, baby. Harry Potter. What are you thinking? There's 7 parts.
Okay.
Yeah, take a second. Take a second. Yeah, I'm gonna write that down for everybody here too.
I gotta list out their names real quick. Hold on.
No, go ahead. Yeah, there's a lot, brother. Harry Potter. Harry Potter. Harry Potter's. Harry Potter. Harry Potter's rankings.
Goblet. Half-Blood, I think that was next, or Order of the Phoenix. I don't remember.
Okay, guys, rank. All right. Well, we got Ariel Williams that put, while you're doing that, we got Creed 1, Creed 2, then the Rocky movies in order. She might be a part of that new era, and that's a lot. And that's what the director of Creed 1 and 2 said. That he's like, hey, this is meant to revise, if you want to call it, or just say, hey, check out this other franchise that you didn't know about. It's like a history. It's like a new history for Rocky. It's really cool. So I'm glad that it did that for you, Ariel, if that's the case. That's awesome. Oh, here you go. She put a real list down. Tony, you might need to do this while you're getting ready, and that is the Harry Potter.
For what?
Harry Potter. I need you to write down.
Dude.
Hold on. I need you to. We need to be very windowish because we only have a few more minutes. Well, we got some time, but a few more minutes. So write down your ranking for Harry Potter. While you're doing that, Andy's getting his. I'm getting mine. Awesome. Ariel Williams did put down for the Star Wars. I'll wait for Tony to get back so he can see that.
She fixed her Star Wars one.
Yeah, that's the one I want to put up because I want to read it properly. And then she's got her Harry Potter ranking. If you could put the title, Ariel, if you don't mind, I know which one you're talking about, but if you can just put like Harry Potter and then put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or Star Wars 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or Rocky 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so we know which series you're talking about. Because if you just put numbers up, we're gonna be like, can I take a guess?
Pin number, yes. Let's get some money.
Yeah, put that pin number in there. Me and Andy could go around and do some not shopping, pay bill money is what we're doing. All right. I like how Tony went. He probably looked at his DVD collection. So really quickly, this is the
pile. I got a pile. Yeah.
Me too. So really
Just
quickly,
there,
Ariel Williams, I believe, put her for her Star Wars. I want to say she put 1, 5, 7, 6, 4, 9, 8, 2, and 3. That's okay. She didn't put the spinoffs. That's fine. That's a nice little list there. I like that. And then she put Creed 1, 2, and then the Rocky movies, like I said. And I will just say what I said to Andy, to you, Tony. Not sure you heard what I said about the Rocky 5 movie. Did you hear me talk about that real quick, Tony?
What? Yeah.
Did you hear me?
I'm trying to figure out my Sorcerer's Stone and Harry Potter stuff.
All right. Well, then I won't say it. Let's figure it out. So, all right. So, David, now, okay, we'll do Ariel Williams first while he's thinking. So, start thinking. We have Ariel Williams put. She put it in order. She said, no, actually, no, she said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm sure she's meaning part 1, part 2 is what she's meaning there. And then we got, and then she's got, Dave's a huge Harry Potter fan, guys, next to Star Wars. He put Harry Potter, he put 1, 2, 7, 6, 5, 3, and 4. And I think he's meaning 7, 1, and 2 as a whole. That's
how I'm counting them.
Yeah. And then I believe, okay, there he is. Yeah, she said the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not sure why she's Ariel. Which one is that one? You're not putting what
Harry
it is.
Potter.
That's Harry Potter. So what's this one? So what's this one? Not Rocky?
She retracted that one.
Okay.
All right. I got something here.
So hold on, Tony. So Ariel, do me a favor, if you can, when you write the numbers out, put what that is so we know what that is. I know I know Andy's following it, but just for my own preference, Ariel, if you don't mind, just put HP for Harry Potter, Star Wars, like a ST, or SW, whatever you want, like that. Okay, so Andy, you're first. Your ranking for Harry Potter.
All right, my first one is Goblet of Fire.
4. Beautiful.
Yes. My second one is Prisoner of Azkaban.
Bam. 3.
Deathly Hallows.
Ooh, 7.
Half-Blood Prince.
Dude.
6.
Order of the Phoenix.
3.
Wait, you went backwards, didn't you? Oh no, sorry. Number 5 would have been Sorcerer's Stone.
There you go. 5.
Oh, wait, you threw me.
No. You're right. 5 is the 3 is.
Okay.
No, 1 is Sorcerer's Stone.
Don't.
Yeah, read it off. Sorry.
Okay. Goblet of Fire, Prisoner of Azkaban, Deathly Hallows, Half-Blood Prince, Sorcerer's Stone or Philosopher's Stone, Order of the Phoenix, and then Chamber of Secrets is last.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good one. Tony, what do you want? Go ahead, Tony.
Least favorite is Half-Blood Prince for some reason. I didn't mind that. When it comes to the action and stuff, the climaxes are, if I don't watch the whole thing in order, the Deathly Hallows 1 and 2 are pretty awesome. Prisoner of Azkaban is like pound for pound one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And Goblet of Fire kind of gets weaved in there with like Order of the Phoenix, and they're kind of like they're there. I hated the one with the pink chick. Hated it. Like I didn't hate the movie. I just like had to not follow her arc.
Oh, I know which one she's talking about. He's talking about. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't like her.
It was just maybe I just didn't like that story part of it of her with everything, but it's like I can sometimes follow people's arc, and I'll just not look at Pink, and I'm going to go through this and figure out the mystery, and see them train and do all that stuff and find log the hidden room. I like Chamber of Secrets. That was cool. And when he found Sorcerer's Stone, Chamber of Secrets are kind of right by each other, right up there as the top 5. You know what I mean? And my least favorite were some of those ones like with the one with the pink chick and like I don't know, some like a couple of those for some reason.
Yeah.
And Half-Blood Prince.
For me, I put Sorcerer's Stone and Chamber of Secrets at the bottom because those are kind of the kiddie ones, which I don't mind. But once you get to Prisoner of Azkaban and then Goblet of Fire, that's when stuff really starts getting serious and you start feeling the stakes and everything really starts kicking in.
Yeah. All right. For me, I want to say I really enjoyed Harry Potter's Deathly Hallows 1 and 2 for sure. First on the list. Then I really did enjoy 6, which is Half-Blood Prince, because I love it was really dark. In some parts, it's almost darker than 7 in some degree, a little bit, just a little bit. I do like Prisoner of Azkaban would be next for me. Like I said, it's great. It's great. I believe that's the one they introduced Sirius Black in that one. I believe, right? I really like that arc. I love his character.
That twist was out of nowhere. I never saw the rat coming. I didn't care if he had 9 fingers or what. I didn't never. I was like, what? And yeah. I forget that was a good one.
I like. I would go Goblet of Fire, then Order of the Phoenix, and then Chamber of Secrets and Sorcerer's Stone. I'm kind of like Andy a little bit that I enjoyed 1 and 2. Not that they're not up there with the rest of them. There are a little kiddie-ish and they're fun. So if I'm just wanting to just be a lighthearted Harry Potter, I'll throw those on. But if I want to watch like hardcore Harry Potter, like grit and dirty, then I'll watch the later ones because they're more they're more adults.
That's when people start dying.
But that's why I've been really. That's also where it's like you start maybe trying to get Fantastic Beasts in there too, and it's like. That's why I like Fantastic Beasts, because it wasn't kiddie out of the gate. It was like this is something crazy with animals.
Rank 1 and 2. Rank 1 and 2 for Fantastic Beasts. That's because that's in the franchise. These are prequels. So what do you think?
I love the guy who plays the other dude, the character, that guy. He was in like Balls of Fury and a whole bunch of movies like in the 90s. And I didn't see him forever. His friend, the New York dude with the mustache. He is like he's in the ping pong one, dude.
I know you're talking about. Hold on.
And then he's off the map for like 10 years in my eyes. And when I see him, he was just the perfect fit with that laugh when he takes the little spirit juice and stuff. Like he had that from back in the day, and he's like, I knew he was capable of some comedy, and that style and the way he like looks and everything fits that 1960s or whatever New York time, and it was like he just made that movie roll, and I like loved it. It was the perfect counterweight, and I did not like 2 because he had a drama going on, but he just kind of like it wasn't. There was a lot of building and figuring stuff out, and I don't know if they were trying to enhance characters for other reasons or whatever, but. It was all joining and turning and turmoil, and now I'm just waiting for number 3. It's hard to rank, but number 1 is that really good standalone, like awesome movie, adventure, fun, funny, like things like that, where it was like really cool. My wife got me more into the Harry Potters, but I was like I was like impressed by Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah,
So.
I agree with Tony. Number one was really good. Number two, it was okay, but I didn't really fall in love with it. It kind of fell victim to that Matrix 2 kind of syndrome. It started to add it in a lot of stuff that started confusing things, and I was just like, I'm not really understanding what you're driving for here. This isn't making a whole lot of sense.
I didn't get why they had to throw the Terrence, the creature that was done in the first one in there again, in him.
Exactly.
And now I'm watching his stuff, and he's not really like, I don't know, like you could have maybe put that in the third, because that little thing did get away at the end. You know what I mean? Like a little bit of shadow over the concrete when it all blew away in the end of the first one. And you could have had him come back kind of like a Raja Ghuli kind of thing with the Batman trilogy. Like, let him skip one. Let someone else have something in some things.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot of personal turmoil and character situations going on behind the scenes of their adventure that they were also kind of having you into in the second one. And like, yeah, I just didn't like him. I don't know. Like some of it was like, I don't want to say it was forced, but it didn't have the as natural flow that first one did with the characters.
It felt kind of
and everything
choppy, stilted.
Okay, so really quick, the actor you're talking about is Dan Folger. I believe that's the name. This gentleman here, right? The one in the middle? The one I'm zooming in on?
Yeah.
Right there, that guy. Yeah. So I will say I'm the same way with you guys. 1 and 2 hit it out the park. I like it. And then I heard that 3 is actually because that they were waiting on the Mira. I forgot her name. The girl that plays Mira in Aquaman. But the Johnny Depp and their divorce and their situation, the whatever's going on, that like stopped a few things from what I heard. And so, of course, with COVID and everything. So hopefully, I think the third one's going to be into play soon. So I'm looking forward to that. Okay, we got Paranormal Underworld.
The lines have been drawn. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like sides were literally taken at the very end of that. Like that was what the whole end was.
Yeah.
People choosing their sides.
Yeah. What's up, Paranormal Underworld? What's going on, Jax? It's good to see you, buddy. Okay. Let's move right along. Let me just take a quick peek at that real quick. Oh, okay. Let's move on to some horror franchises. Okay, horror franchises. We'll go with Nightmare on Elm Street. It's got a few. You can throw the remake in there if you like, but I think there's a total of 8 with
too many.
Yeah, it's too many, but hey, we gotta enjoy it. So you don't have to rank them all if you haven't seen them all. Just maybe say which ones you liked, and we'll leave it there. Which ones you liked? You know, which Freddy's you like?
I like number 1.
Okay.
Dream Warriors was kind of fun, and Freddy versus Jason.
Yeah.
The rest can take a flying leap.
Yeah.
All right, Tony.
I second that emotion. Second the emotion, dude.
You're the same way for you.
I thought it was called Dream Masters or something. Yeah. That was like
Dream Masters. Hold on, Dream Masters was 5 though. Dream Masters is 5. He said Dream Warriors.
Oh no. I'm talking about Dream Warriors, dude. That was the first time they ever started having to fight back in dreams. Like when they were getting a little more actiony, and I helped control the dream.
The reason why I resonated with 4 was because it had martial arts in it. Because the lady started kicking butt with crescent kicks. I'm like, what? He's kicking Freddy with a spin kick. I was like, oh, this is cool. I loved 4. So
I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I actually kind of enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Oh yeah. Yeah. Hey, can you type that into Andy? See if anybody can rank or type in their favorites. Thank you. It helps me out, Andy.
Yeah. And we've already discussed the Friday the 13th ones already.
No, not yet. We haven't touched that yet. So we haven't done that yet. So okay. So you both said the same. So you both said 2. 4, which was Dream Warriors. You said 1. So 1, Dream Warriors, and then Jason versus Freddy, and then you said you said
Flying Leap.
Yep, and then you said you said you didn't mind watching the new one that came out.
The remake's fine. I own it. I watch it every now.
Do you remember who played the remake? Do you remember who played the remake? The guy that played it? Old school character, the guy from Big News, Bad News Bears, the guy that played And RoboCop. He also played a RoboCop too. He played the one guy that was against him. Okay, so mine would be. We got to keep moving with the ranking. Mine would be. Dream Warriors. Freddy versus Jason for sure. I really didn't mind 2. And there was the one, because I know they're all done by Wes Craven, I know that, but there was one where they tried to do like a Scream situation where they were in the theater. I think it was the last chapter of it, apparently. I'm not sure the name of it, but it was the last one before they did the remake. And it's the one where, like I said, it's almost got like that Scream, it had like a Scream vibe in it. I can't remember which one, but it's the last one in that complete franchise, which I thought was I like what they tried to take a new modern take to it, and I thought it was okay. All right, so there's mine. Paranormal Underworld said 1 and 3. Dream Warrior was part 4, not 3. I don't think so.
It's almost like we have the internet right at our.
Yeah,
I don't have it totally logged.
We do.
I stopped around the first time they fought back all crazy cool in their dreams, maybe like somewhere past 2. And then you had to go see Freddy and Jason because that was like the Superman, Batman, like horror dudes.
Oh, of course, facts, yeah.
Yeah.
So we got Nightmare on Elm Street.
There's not a lot of movies that the first one doesn't, like the second one beats the first one. There's not a lot.
The Dream Warriors was number 3. Jax is totally.
What is 4 then? 4 is G-Masters. Then what the heck was 5? I thought 5 was G-Masters. Hold on, what's 5?
They all have 5 names after that. 5 is Dream Child.
Dream Child. That's Dream Child. Right, there you go. And then I think the one that I'm talking about was Wes Craven's New Nightmare. That was the final one. And I think like I said, it gave like they were trying to do like a Scream thing and try to really make this a confusing thing. I think Andy would have been like, "What the hell's going on?" type of thing. Dave Anowski 3. I got you guys. No worries. Okay, let's go to Jason now. Let's go to Jason, Friday the 13th, before we go to Michael Myers. So Jason, let's go ahead and name. Obviously, there's.
I can't do it.
There's 10. Is there 10? I think there's 10.
And Jason versus Freddy, and then everyone else became the cardinal rule of a horror movie. Don't have sex.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you guys a question before you ask Andy. Quick question. I know you guys said that like Rocky 1 and 2 is considered like almost like a one movie type of thing because it really goes back to back. Isn't Jason 1 and 2 that same kind of arc where it kind of goes back to back in a little sense before it starts going off racing?
Yeah, but you don't have to like it. You don't really need number 2. You already saw him fight Apollo, and if you didn't enjoy the character depth of it, you're not going to like watching Rocky 2.
I got you.
You don't want to see an ending to it. You're like, some people are going to say, "Oh, it's just like the first one. They're fighting again."
Agreed.
Some are going to say, "Let's watch this again," because it kind of has a weird reset to it. He goes down low again and starts training and does it all again, kind of. But
all right, Tony, hold on. Go ahead, Andy. Go ahead.
The difference between that and the Friday the 13th series is that spoilers, by the way. Friday the 13th, the first one, Jason isn't even in it.
Exactly. There you go.
The killer is the mother.
Right.
And then the second one, that's when Jason finally shows up.
Right.
And he doesn't even get his hockey mask until number 3. So.
Right. Yeah. And that's why I'm saying that even though we didn't really put those in our rankings or haven't put them in our rankings just yet, but I'm saying like if you're gonna put that in your rankings, you know what I mean? Like I believe like before we start going, hey, it's only this one and this one, it is kind of like and I think after 3, Andy, right, is when it starts getting lucrative crazy.
That's 3 is
no. They're already in lucrative crazy. The rules are set by 3. Exactly. You know it's coming.
Oh,
you're at the same cabin.
Because number 1 is like, okay, we have the mom and she's doing the thing, and then number 2, it's like the same shit is happening, except for now it's Jason, the boy, who's all grown up and he's in this weird delusional thing, and that's a nice twist. Okay, whatever. And then number 3, it's the same stuff, same boy, except for now he's got a different face because he puts on a different mask. After that, it's just like off the deep end.
Well, I will say this. Dave Wignowski, I kind of feel like this, even though I like 1 and 2, don't get me wrong, but I'm kind of like Dave a little bit in that the first 2 sucked, but the rest awesome. Now, I'm not saying they sucked, but I do like I do like all the Jasons, and that's going to be hard to
It
rank.
was hard to log them. It was hard to log how many different ways you killed them because there was always a bubble or something that told you, oh, he's coming back. We'll get another one. I don't remember. You couldn't ask me. You couldn't ask me to recite how each person died at the end. I don't have it.
And the Jason movie, the Friday 13th franchise, it's just like I can give or take the whole entire thing. I watch it for just cheesiness. It's like a good bad movie. You just watch them and you laugh.
Yeah, exactly.
Stupid.
Exactly.
So I don't rank them as good or bad. I just watch them and laugh at them.
And I like this right here. Paranormal Underworld put the Friday 13th lawsuit seems to be settled, which I did read that. New movie is on the way. Yes, I heard that one. And Freddy, looks like they're all making their returns, and that's cool. And like I said, I don't think the first two sucked, like Dave said, but I think I like watching the other ones better because it is more thrills and chills and less, the spooky aspect of it, if you want to call it that, for the movies there. And believe it or not, this is just a fun fact, everybody. Man, I got to be careful because I don't want to say, I don't want to tip my trophy hat too much. But when I was 18 years old, are you guys ready for this? I don't think you guys are ready for this.
I'm ready.
Did you guys know that I had the real life Jason trying to kill me? Did you guys know that?
No, but the dude should do a cameo in the new Jason movie.
Let me tell you why. Because there's multiple different guys that plays Jason, and there's a guy named C.J. Graham. C.J. Graham that played it, and he was in I think it was a Manhattan one, and it was number 8, I think it is. And let's put it this way: I'll try to keep the story short, but this will be fun. I was teaching martial arts in Las Vegas, right? I was teaching martial arts. I was, like I said, 18 years old, this young, flamboyant kid, teenager, and obviously we just
already see where this is going.
Yeah, this gets real good. Yeah. So you guys are gonna give me my man card in a second. You give me my man card.
Yeah.
So no, hold on. So it gets better. It gets better. Hold on. We just started a brand new program. It was a cardio fitness class, right? So all the females came in, listen. Back
so
then,
you wanted to
hold on, Tony.
Let me fight them and then run away.
Hold on, T, shut up. So, back then I was chiseled, 120 pounds, 6-pack, looking good, tanned, looked like
2% body fat.
Yeah, looking great. So all the females came for the course. I'm training, and there was this lovely young lady that we became an item, and she was a lot older than me. She was I think she was 29 or 30 or I think 29 years old, older related to my time. The MILF, if you want to call it that, the cougar, if you want to call it that, and very well off, had a nice little mansion, had the Jaguars, the cars. I got to round this up because this will make sense in a second. I got to set the story, man. So with that,
she was a high standard lady.
High standard lady, yes. But this Jason, C.J. Graham, that was his wife. So yeah. So hold on a second. So obviously they're divorced. They're no longer together. And of course, I started.
That's not his wife.
I know.
That's his ex-wife.
That's
okay. A real difference that you're exposing right here.
But Jason didn't care about it being an ex-wife, though. He still thought it was his wife. So when I'm at her house, having good times, having real good times,
having relations.
Yeah, having relations. Jason came out in the middle of the courtyard. I thought he was going to put on his hockey mask. We were laughing about it in our house, though. There was one night.
In your mind, it was a hockey mask, bro.
I know. In my mind, there was a time where he came in the middle of the street, looking at us sitting like Jason, standing in the middle of the street at us. We're looking at the top balcony, and this guy, if you would have just imagined the hockey mask and the thing, we would have had Jason in Vegas. It would have been Jason 9 in Vegas instead of Manhattan. So
you must have been confident in your roundhouse, bro.
All I gotta say is I almost hit the pose by having fun with his ex-wife. So good times. Okay, we have Pedro said I rank Kane Hobber #1 to play Jason. Yeah, that'd be cool. And CJ Graham. Okay, wait, what was it? What did you say about CJ Graham? And CJ, hold on.
#2 is CJ Graham.
Yeah, and #2 is CJ Graham. And let me say this before we finish up: is by the way, I got no beef with these guys. I'm friends with Cynthia Graham. If I said her name, if I'm not supposed to say her name, whatever. And I'm not saying I'm friends with CJ Graham, but I will say that I got no issue with him. He's cool, I guess. We haven't seen each other in over 30 years, so it is what it is. Let's see. He goes, that's why you don't fish off the company. Dave, it ain't a company fish. She didn't work for the company. She was just taking class, man. Didn't matter. Don't dip your pen into company ink. Oh, Andy, that's a good one, brother. That's a good one. There you go. All right. Did we rank the Jason for you? Oh, you guys already ranked the Jasons yet? You ranked yours already, yes?
Yeah,
Andy?
I said I don't rank them.
You just watch them. Tony, you like them? You said no, same thing. You like it, don't like them?
Yeah, we already went through that. Yes.
Okay, me too.
What's
with
our
me.
next one?
Michael Myers. Then we're gonna go to the last two, and then we're done. So Michael Myers, what you got for the Halloween franchise? Now you can pick whatever you want. You don't have to rank. You can, if you like the new stuff, the intermediate stuff, or the original kind of 1 through 4, 5, 6, whatever you pick. You have fun with it. Go ahead, have fun, Andy.
The what?
Go ahead.
Halloween
Oh, my God.
78, Halloween 2, Halloween 2018, and the rest.
Say it one more time, Andy. Say it one more time. Andy, one more time, Andy. One more time.
Halloween 1978.
Okay, so they're doing okay.
Halloween 2018, and the rest you can just wad up and throw away.
Now, when you say Halloween 2, are you meaning the original Halloween 2, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I know there's the Rob Zombie version. Okay, cool. Okay, so let me make sure. Okay, go ahead, Tony. Your turn.
I'm not counting the Rob Zombie version.
Okay.
I would just say I easily the first 2 Halloweens are the most impressionable to me with Michael Myers.
Gotcha.
You know, especially when they had that doctor that was just struggling to keep up through the whole movie trying to save people. And I love him. I'm not bagging on him, but it was he brought that if you he's what separated if going Friday the 13th and just having a dude and a thing going on, because he was showing that there's emotion and more oh my God, this guy's crazy, I gotta save you, no, help me, you know what I mean? Let me get to him, and I got a gun.
So this is both for a question for Tony, and then you can finish, Tony, but a question for Tony and for Andy. Do you consider, because it is meant to be the Halloween that came out this past time, Halloween, that's considered the actual sequel. So do you put that in there as 2 for you, or do you like just the original 1 and 2?
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
Do we have time to do a Terminator or an Aliens ranking?
Probably not. We'll probably do a part 2 to those. We'll do a part 2.
Right.
Put that on your list. Text. Oh, do me a favor. Can you Facebook me that so I can put that in the list? Facebook me that.
I got some dirt for next week that I'm sure everybody should have already known about. So
just Facebook it so I can put it in the thumbnail if I can. Okay, yeah. Facebook it. Okay. So for me, I want to say the first one, obviously, I like it. I do like if I have to rank. Oh man. I want to say I got to put 4 on the list because there's a personal something I won't explore or exploit here on the channel. All right. But I will say there's a very fun scene at the beginning of Halloween 4 that every young kid, teenager would have loved to see at that age. Start off on a horror movie. I'm sure you can figure what I'm talking about, right? You know what I'm talking about, the love scene between a beautiful young lady and a man, and then Michael Myers has a good time.
After the last story you said, you're going to censor this one?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So all I got to say is...
infidelity, and then all of a sudden...
yeah, but I didn't
talk about it, imagine it.
But I didn't want to say that I was blanking her, you know what I mean? I didn't want to come out and be like, oh, I'm beating it up. I wasn't going to go that route. I was trying to be a little bit more cautious with it, because you never know. Jason could be watching the stream right now. CJ Graham could be watching this scene right now, and I'll be y'all in dirt water. Jason.
Next
So
week's
hey,
show is canceled due to death by Jason.
Yeah. Fact
Oh,
check.
hey,
Fact
Andy,
check.
Andy, I'm gonna make a thumbnail for that, Andy, I'm gonna do a thumbnail for that. I'm gonna do that. That's good times. That's good times. But yeah, so 4. Then I would go. I like 6 director's cut. It really gave a lot. It's kind of like a Batman v Superman. They all had extra stuff in it. That just I think I enjoyed it a lot more. So there's the Halloween, the Curse of Michael Myers. The director's cut's really cool. And then I enjoyed 1. I enjoyed 2, but I really enjoyed the new one that's part of that's this actual sequel. So I enjoyed that one. And then I think H2O and Resurrection was kind of like and 3 is kind of like not that to me they're no movies because I know what it takes to make a film, and it's not easy, and everybody does put the sweat and tears in it. So I don't ever think a movie is bougie. But can they suck? Yes, they not being on my cup of tea. So there's my ranking. All right, we're going to go to 2 franchises. We'll do Smallville because I know everybody knows about that one. So Smallville, did you have a favorite season? Did you like the entire series? Did you like the way it ended? Go ahead, Tony. You're first.
I don't have a favorite season. It was on, and I catch it, and I knew it. I follow the storyline. I liked their Lex Luthor. I like that.
Good. I like Lex.
That young version, and like having him grow up in Metropolis too. There's a minute where you're kind of like, no one really knew about Alana Lang. It was all about Lois Lang when Smallville first came out, and you kind of got introduced to some new people, but in some new ways. And you're just like, I like that Lex and that coexisting with Clark, and it was cool because you could. I mean, saying Clark Superman wasn't in Smallville is like saying Bruce Wayne's not in Batman,
which is why I think Gotham.
It's like it's still the same.
That's why I think
give him an outfit.
Well, no, that's why I think Gotham did as well as should do as well. If it comes back for season 6 and they keep the same gameplay, if they're not going to do Gotham with let's say they're going to add a Batman to that, then they don't need to call it Gotham. They need to call it something else. Same thing with Smallville. Smallville kind of went to Metropolis because everybody was like wondering, hey, when are we going to go to Metropolis? When are we going to have the Metropolis show? And they kind of did that. Tom Williams kind of said that. They all, even Lex, Lex, they all said that after season 4 or 5, they kind of went to Metropolis, and they should have called it Metropolis and not Smallville, but it isn't here nor there. I will say that I enjoyed the entire series.
They kept it on a twist with the red kryptonite and some other things. And I remember there's moments where he kind of goes a little roguey, and that's cool because you never got that out of a Superman. So I'll take that from Clark.
I will say that I think Smallville, and then Andy, you can go ahead and say whatever you want to say on that. I want to say that Smallville, to me, I think was ahead of its time for what they were trying to do. I think they really did a great job with character development and introducing DC characters, introducing them as the younger versions of themselves.
Oh, yeah.
They casted them great. I thought the ending was great, but I'll just say this. I can't get mad no more of when something bad happens to the show because you got to read behind the scenes. So, for example, I was upset because they didn't really they didn't have really Tom Welling in the suit, right? But the reason why it wasn't in the suit really wasn't a WB thing or anything else. It was kind of more of the fact that Tom Welling didn't really want to wear it. And I was like, oh, wow, that sucks. Because you watch this guy for 10 years, you're like, man, I want to watch him be in the suit. But then he didn't want to be in the suit, apparently, from what we heard. Then
that's smart. Yeah. That was smart, though.
No, man. Smart. No, I think I'm gonna be honest. That was a letdown to see him. Look, after 10 years watching this guy evolution of Superman that you watched him become Superman, and all you got was a headshot of him looking over the world with a cape flapping, and then a CGI suit that you can't even see.
Yeah.
I was like, man,
just throw the lightsaber over your shoulder.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was really saddened by that. I was like, man, that's why I really enjoyed Gotham send off to Batman. Because Gotham, you shoot 25 years or 10 years later, and you get to see the character on a full-on bat suit, full-on cape and everything. And I'm like, dude, that's what I'm talking about.
Do you think they jumped too quick? Do you think they jumped too quick to have Batman situations start coming up in Gotham?
No, I think
at his age in Gotham.
Yeah, I think they should have started him off more as a almost like a 13-year-old and then continue, because they did it like they almost did it like he was like an 8, 9-year-old, which I know is what he was supposedly in the comics as a boy. And then I think he because like half of season 1 or at the end of season 1, part of season 2, he's already trying to learn how to do all this stuff. And I'm like, dude, you're just a boy. You know what I mean? And so that part
there's so much time. Yeah.
But with that being said, they nailed everything else though. They nailed everything else to me. They did a great job. Let's see. Dave said never seen an episode of Smallville. Yeah, I mean it's a great show. Give it a shot. Andy, did you see any of it? What do you think?
I watched the entire thing of Smallville.
Okay, what'd you think?
I liked it for the most part. There were some episodes that were just
yeah, we're out there. Yeah,
you could definitely see the CW writing coming through.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
For sure.
For sure.
But one thing that Smallville did was like Tony was saying, is it introduced us to a lot of characters that are in the Superman comics that just took a back seat for a long time. Like it had Bizarro.
Yeah, that was cool. That was really cool.
Really cool.
Yeah.
I thought Justin Hartley
that played Green Arrow. He did a great job.
Perfect casting for Green Arrow. He was
great job.
Snarky, he wasn't brooding like we got in Arrow, which is basically Batman but shooting a bow and arrow.
But I do like Arrow though. I do like Arrow.
And I'll tell you right now, if you watch like Superman Returns, some of those Supermans that didn't work before Man of Steel came out, I think they did the right thing as keeping him being like the best Clark Kent Superman without really donning that outfit and trying to put him on the mantle with all the rest of these Superman situations. They kept it lower. They kept it here wanting like. So, I think that was a key secret to their success.
Yeah, that's a different thing with the Superman Returns. I'll just make a quick point on that. Then we go back and we finish up. We'll be done. But I will say with Superman Returns, that was just a sequel. That's why they picked. That's why they most likely. No, hold on. You got to let me finish because this is true statement. They actually were picking. There was a running. It was Brandon Routh and Henry Cavill back in the day. He was in the running. He was supposed to be in Superman Returns. But because he didn't look, hold on, I know, but because he didn't look like Christopher Reeves and he wasn't 6 feet tall like Christopher Reeves was, that's why they went with Brandon Routh, because he looked like Christopher Reeves and he looked like all the different things. And because that whole Superman Returns was supposed to be a trilogy, 2, 1, and 2. So my point is that with that was, they're all going to get their justice of playing their characters again. I really believe that. But with Smallville, I just think they could have maybe just did a better. I mean, he ripped off this. I have to admit that was at least pretty cool. Him ripping off the chest and showing the S, and they kept it as a Superman Returns type of like it was in that universe. So that was kind of cool that they did that. So I don't think they ruined it 100%. I just wish they would have seen him more in the suit. You know what I mean?
After 10 years, understandable.
After 10 years, you know what I mean? I mean, look how you are with Star Wars real quick. I mean, because you didn't get the Luke Skywalker, you didn't get the Luke Skywalker that we all wanted, All right. Oh, we got actually one more left. And I didn't put the other one in. We got one more left, and that would be Star Trek. Any Trekkie fans in the house? Yeah. So now again, I know there's different timelines. I know there's different movies. I know there's different there's the Picard line.
There's so many greats.
There's so many. So just, you don't gotta rank. You don't gotta rank. Just name some of your favorite Star Treks, and we'll call it a day. Name some of your favorite Star Treks.
You can't. When it comes to the originals, like the original movies that came off from like the series, with the Whale and the Search for Spock, and like the original, and like you can't ditch those. And
you can.
The newer ones
I'll show you how it's done. Right?
Go ahead, Andy. Give it to him.
Okay. I love. There's a place. It has a nostalgia for me where I was more Star Wars and more serious about Star Wars about it. But so Star Trek was just cool. Like, you know what I mean? It wasn't so much. I wasn't as territorial of like Star Trek. So to me, everyone was kind of like I could take this. I like this. Everyone's kind of in it, and it's not 20 minutes long. I'll take that. Star Trek. Go.
So for
Go ahead,
me,
Andy.
But the old ones, what are the old school ones according to our man over here?
Go ahead, Andy. Make it happen.
so I like Star Trek, okay, and I like Star Wars,
He's a Trekkie. He's a Trekkie. Give it to him.
No,
but
for scientific fact, yes.
the original series, I have a hard time getting through that.
Okay.
there's some silliness in there.
Now, are you talking about the movie or are you talking about the series, the TV series?
Both.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
No,
Wow.
whoa. Because the series can kill it for you for the movie. Like if you like, you know,
I'm drawing comparisons.
Okay, so here we go. Okay.
You're worn out of watching Soldier 1 and 2 die every time they land doing a away mission.
But when you watch the movies, I really couldn't get into the movies except number 2.
Oh, Wrath of Khan, yeah.
The Con.
Yeah.
Okay. I will watch that movie any day of the week. That movie is great. I love it.
So to you, that's a movie that number 2 is better than number 1.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, and I agree with that too. I agree with that too. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Star Trek, the motion picture, I can watch it, take it or leave it. 3, which one was that? That was Search for Spock? No, that's...
Yeah.
Yes, Search for
No,
Spock.
that's Search for Spock, yeah. 4 is Voyage Home.
4 is
Yeah,
Search for Spock.
No. 3 is Search for Spock. 4 is Voyage Home with the whales. 5 is with Cybok, which is the brother, with Spock's brother. 6 is Discovered Country with,
You're getting into territory I don't care about now.
I got you.
I think you start I start dipping off at 6 then, and you start busting out the ranks. I'm like, okay. I remember that one. Then I don't think I can.
It's the first 3 movies that I'm okay with, and number 2 ranks right at the top. After that, it starts to really do that, and then at 4, it just like a cliff.
Ouch! No! All right, Tony, give me yours.
But I don't know. I wasn't done.
Oh, you're not done. He's not. Wait. Oh, okay. My bad. Okay, hold on.
There's a lot of Trek to go over here.
All right. Well, we got.
We didn't talk about the newer ones.
Yeah, we're gonna get there. So add that in there.
I got to talk about my Star Trek jam, TNG.
Oh hell no! No. Picard can go. I don't like Picard.
No, Picard is my captain, man.
So
okay.
And so let me just say this that I'm just kidding, Andy. I'm just kidding.
Okay, so he went to the. No, Picard was a bad man. Yeah. But he ain't no Captain Kirk. He ain't no Captain Kirk. It took me a minute to swallow Picard. It took me a couple of seasons to swallow Picard. After Captain Kirk. Picard is cool. Picard is cool, but he's not okay. Let's put it this way. Captain Kirk is like freaking Han Solo, dude. He's so suave, but he's also badass. Dude. He's so suave. He's suave. He can kick ass. He's smart. He's very intelligent. He knows what to do. He saves his crew. He's a badass. Picard, no, he can't get laid for the life of him. I'm kidding. Okay, anyways, Andy, so really quickly, what's your hold on, Tony. So Andy, real quick, with your series, throw your series in really quick, what you like. Go ahead, throw it in there.
TNG, I think it expanded the lore a lot more.
Okay.
I liked that.
Did you like Deep Space Nine? Did you like Deep Space Nine?
I actually did like Deep Space Nine. Voyager, I didn't like.
What about the new Picard series? I
haven't even watched it.
Okay. Okay. My sister, Patricia, so she's she's like you, gigantic Trekkie fan. I mean, huge, right? And she loves Picard, and she said that she didn't like it that much. It was kind of woke, as she would put it. It was kind of interesting. Yeah. So be careful with that.
What about the Chris Pine ones?
Okay.
What about the medium ones?
So go ahead. What do you think?
Okay. I actually enjoyed those. But you have to go in there with a certain mindset. Okay, you have to go in there understanding that these are not your grandfather's Star Treks. Because if you go in there,
I don't know.
If you go in there,
keep going. Tell me.
If you go in there expecting it to be like the old Star Treks, you're going to be extremely let down because there's a lot more action and stuff in there. But I enjoyed them. I really enjoyed them. So.
Okay, cool. Hey, Tony, your turn real quick.
I loved it. I mean, that was one of my first doses of J.J. Adams, his directing style. Abrams, where he brought it in and like like he gave the proper homage to the old, kind of like why I love Force Awakens so much, where he threw in these little trinkets of the show the respect of the older series and shows, and then you go to the next level and you straight put like one of the dudes in there. You know what I mean? You put Spock, and now it's like it's like validated. It's basically like, oh, you just went like, and now instead of having to compare, well, here's an OG just straight up in this movie now too. So everything's like, okay, this must be awesome. It gave you everything an older fan like wouldn't mind seeing. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Even as a cameo or something, but they straight gave him the character of Spock. Bam, kind of like, hi.
Yeah.
And threw that twist in, and it worked. It all worked, and I really liked it.
So what's your liking for 1 through 6 for the but for the OG 6 movies? Seven, if you want to count generations. If you want to count 7 as generations, you can.
I would put some of the newer ones, like the first one, definitely. That first one, definitely. Maybe even the second one a little bit. Up there with maybe like a Wrath of Khan and some of the classic ones mixed in like right there. Some of those top 3s, I can tell you would be like a couple of the newer ones and like definitely the first 2 new ones, definitely Bad Khan and shit.
Right.
And and the old school ones too, like that arc of that storyline with him is like very powerful. Besides where's Spock.
So you don't have any of those 6 that you're like, okay, these I like watching more than others.
Oh, those are my top 3. So those are the 3 that I like watching more than others.
All right. Well, so mine really quickly. I'm gonna get this out, and then we're gonna say our goodbyes because we're already 2 hours in, and we're gonna finish it up. And Andy, so I don't forget, I gotta ask you something after the show. So if you can stay behind backstage for a second, I want to ask you something.
Did we even finish Andy's list?
For what list? He did.
Are you even done with your Star Trek list?
Yeah, he's good. He already said it. Where were you at?
I want to see more Q.
Okay. We didn't even talk Borg.
Yeah.
What is your least favorite Star Trek thing?
Enterprise.
There you go. Okay.
Classic Enterprise.
No. It's no. That's not what he said. There's a spinoff called Enterprise. There's a TV show called Enterprise. Okay. So really quickly, thank you for bringing that up, Andy. So here are mine. Okay. Here are mine. So I'm gonna. Okay. Now you guys can hit me whatever you want. But I do count. I know it's the wrong timeline, and I know it's a different timeline. But I like to think of those new Star Treks 1, 2, and 3, right? Which is Star Trek, then Into Darkness, and Beyond. And so those 3, I consider those as prequels to 1 through 6, personally, because even though it's a different timeline, I say to that because they really develop the characters of. They're not this hone crew ship that we know and love in the show, but you see them get that between 1, 2, and 3. How they get there, it's pretty cool. But they're at that almost at number 3. They're almost at that tightness of when they're in 1, 2, and up in there. So I enjoyed the entire series of that. I love it, and I hope they do mess with it. I hope that Chris Hemsworth says yes. Hope Chris Pine still says yes for 4 because they're supposed to do a timeline where he goes back and tries to save his dad.
He was the dad.
I'm hoping that happens. I'm hoping that happens. And so if not, we get that. If we're talking about 1 through 6 for the old series, we'll go with OG first. The OG, I'm not that I don't like them. They are cheesy. They're cheesy because they're made in the old days. You know what I mean? The graphics wasn't that great back in the day. So they're cheesy. Storylines are okay. They're just fun. So there's that. Now when we get to the movies, now I'll tell you a funny story, Tony. When I watch 1, I really like 1 only for one small factor. And it's very small. It's very small. Because in the beginning of the movie, no matter if it's DVD, VHS, if you put it in, they do a first 2.5 minute prelude of the song before the movie.
Okay.
And that's why I enjoy one better than a lot of the other ones, because it's a pretty cool. It sets you in the mood for Star Trek.
Gotcha.
Like it
Oh,
literally.
the song that's back when all the credits are like in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah. I don't know if Andy, do you remember? I was just talking about how in Star Trek the motion picture, it don't matter if it's the Blu-ray, VHS, DVD. When you put it in, the first minute to 2 minute or 2 minute and a half, you get the soundtrack of Star Trek of like building up, and then then all of a sudden, and that's one of the main reasons why I like that movie. I don't know why. I just thought
Uses
that's
the same credits as Superman.
It's so cool. It's so cool. And so with that being said, so one, Wrath of Khan, yes. Now hold on. I will say I had a tough experience putting between 2 and 3. Because 2 and 3 is like a Rocky 1 and 2, and is like a what's the other analogy we used earlier today? Next to that, we said something else that was like 1 and 2. Jason 1 and 2, right? It was like 2 is a setup, and 3 drives it home, because literally we take it right after. Spoiler alert: when Spock dies, we take it right to Genesis. I mean, and the story continues. No pun intended. What it says, right? I like 6. I'm really surprised, Andy, you didn't like 6 as much, because they had that Macbeth style of stuff in there with my boy. I forgot the guy that played that Chi character. I liked him. He was a little over the top than Khan, but I liked his character. You know what I mean? The nemesis of that. So I thought that was cool. I liked 5 a little bit. Of course, that's a little down the list. I didn't like how I knew that was Spock's brother in a sense, and I just didn't like the way they played it out. But it was fun. It had some great stuff into it. It was weird. It was. I do like the part where Captain Kirk almost dies and Spark saves him from the mountain drop. Although that was freaking cool. That was fun. And then of course I liked Generations. I have to say I like Generations because you got a chance to see Picard, and I didn't mind the Picard in that. I didn't mind. Of course, you got Captain Kirk one more time in there. He gave his life. Spoiler: gave his life to save, which. Again,
that's right.
My boy,
right. That
Captain
was a good one. The
crossover
one's good.
Yeah. So it was cool. The whole was it the generation? Was it Nemesis, First Contact, all that? I'm still watching it. I think I'm on the second movie of that. I think I'm in First Contact. I finished First Contact. Now I'm into the next 2. Right? There's 2 more, right, Andy? Nemesis and what's the other one?
It's Nemesis. No, actually, I think Nemesis is it.
Is that first?
I don't remember.
I know. I watched after Generation. Then there's the next one, and then I thought there was 2 more after that.
I don't know.
Dave said, "Embrace the cheese." I love that. And then all the spinoffs. I just never got into them. Deep Space Nine, Enterprise, Generations, Picard. Like I just never got into them. I don't know why. I think I'm just stuck in that generation, or that generation of Captain Kirk and that line of story. You know what I mean? That kind of like how people are in love with the OG trilogy of Star Wars, and that doesn't like the Reys, the Kylos, but you like the Kais, but I'm saying though, but there are guys that literally that don't like any of the characters from 7, 8, and 9, that don't like any of them. And so for me, it's like I don't watch those of the Star Trek. Not that I don't like them, but I guess for some reason don't like those characters. So how's it go, Andy? As far as the
Generations, First Contact, Insurrection, and then Nemesis.
So I still got Insurrection and Nemesis to watch still. Out of those 3, I'm curious, Andy, which one do you think for me? Do you think I'd like more? Which one did you like out of those 4?
I like First Contact.
Okay.
Probably like Nemesis more.
Okay, yeah, because First Contact with me was okay. So you can see, Generations to me it was phenomenal. So I like that one. So First Contact was okay. So I still got, like I said, Insurrection and Nemesis. Now, is it Insurrection where they introduced the Borg in that one?
I believe that's actually Nemesis.
Okay. Because I know my boy, not Christian Bale. Oh my God,
I'm getting it all confused.
That's okay. Who's the guy? Who's the guy? Is it my boy Bane, Tom Hardy in 9?
Is he in?
Not 9. I mean Nemesis.
Nemesis? I don't know.
I heard he's a Nemesis.
I don't.
Yeah, I heard he's a Nemesis. He's a Nemesis.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah. It was like a little fun fact someone said to me. He's like, "Hey, did you know that?"
He is.
Yeah.
He's
I was like,
Predator. Oh, that's cool.
yeah. I gotta go check that out. That's what I'm saying. So, all right, guys. Well, Tony, it's a pleasure. Andy, it's a pleasure. Hope you had fun. It was fun.
Andy,
this. So really quickly, again, let me give my Patreon shouts out to everybody that's been doing it. Thank you guys. So we got Helen Callie, we got Paranormal Underworld, we got Paranormal Through the Veil, we got Team Ranger, Mike Simcoe, and Elias, a family 1983. Thank you guys so much for being Patrons. Hope you guys can add on to that as well. If you can, Andy, if you could put my Patreon on there, man, that would be fantastic. And my website. If you want my website, guys, go to firelineent.com. You can hit the Patreon button there and many other things there. Merch is ready to be sold. 20% off, guys. 20% off. Sorry, 10% off, guys. Go get that right there. We are going to have a 20% off soon. Let's do a 10% off there as well. Yeah, I got to put that in there for you, Andy.
No, I already responded to it.
Yeah, Jar Jar Binks rules. He does. He's the Darth Lord of the Sith, man. He's coming out with his own prequel. And then you got Hate You, Dave. There you go. Gotta love the Dave. Gotta love the Dave action. And then guys in the stream, guys, thank you, Dave. Thank you for being here and participating. Paranormal Underworld, thank you for being here. Ariel Williams, thank you for participating. Drew V550. If you don't remember who Drew was the guy that was part of our DC hangout. If you remember the guy that liked Batman, Drew, that was Drew. So he was here today. MC Slots, thank you for being here today. All the way down for you guys. Sarah Dominguez, thank you for being here. Pam Carter, Helen Callie. We had a lot of people here. Eli, we appreciate all you guys watching and hanging out with us. Dave was laughing his butt off. Sting is the best. We still want Sting versus Taker in Geritol match. We want the Geritol match, Viagra match. That'd be fun to see. Good times. And the shoots and ladders. All right, guys. Well, hey, Andy, like I said, if you could stay under there, that'd be great. And I can ask you, Tony. By the way, I'm not going to Vegas. I apologize. So, I'm staying here. We're not going to Vegas. I was looking forward to it, but then I looked at my bank account, and then I looked at my friend's bank account, and then we looked at some other things, and we're like, you know what? We're going to stay here, and we're going to celebrate your birthday here in California. So it's good time. Change of plans, and he was cool with that too, man, because he has to work on one of the days too. We're like, man, we don't want to go to Vegas for one day and drive back. We're too old for that stuff, man. So, we're going to, we want to go to Vegas, take a couple of days and enjoy and stuff like that. So, all right, guys, I'm going to throw in our where we can find each other really quickly. There it is. Fireline Live.
Cool, man.
Number 2, we got Tony. You can follow Tony at Tony Spataro on Facebook. Yep. And you can find him here right here, Fireline Entertainment. Yep. You can also check out my man Andy on his Goblin HQ Inc. and Andrew Block on Facebook. You can check him out there. You can check me out at Fireline_Entertainment on Instagram. You can find me on Alan G. Moja III on Facebook. And everything else is Fireline ENT. So there you go, guys, with that. We got some more comments coming in. Let me finish up who's talking. We said, great show, guys, as always. Hey, see, look at that, guys. We make people happy, man. If we make Dave happy, then that's all that matters. And then, of course, Pete, I don't know man, why is he speaking this language? PFT to, I guess that's what it meant there. Yep. Tony left out the blue. So later, Tony.
He's been trying to say
goodbye for a minute. No problem. Yeah. All right. And Andy, I'll see you backstage in a second, buddy. Let me go ahead and throw this in here. Let's take off that banner. Bam. And we're going to go here. All right, guys. We might see you this Friday. I don't know if we're going to have a show for the oh my Lord, quarantine hangouts. We may not. We'll see. My schedule is pretty crazy, so we might not have one this week. But if we do, you obviously will see the link in there. But of course, we'll see you guys next Wednesday for our Fireline Live, guys, here with myself, Andy, and Tony Spataro. Have a good night, everybody. God bless. Peace.
Later.